Chapter 1848. The instruments of torture were not lost. Qin Yun threw the two men who were tortured to the point of suffering into the heavenly lion-dragon suppression cauldron. Then he took out the soul-chasing talisman and confirmed the location of the divine mountain. The divine inscription mountain should not have been touched. We could just go back the way we came. Qin Yun said, "On the way, as long as we pay more attention, we won't be discovered by the evil spirits and heavenly monsters." The evil spirits and heavenly monsters were very strong. The group of hunters they had encountered earlier was a group of very strong evil spirits and heavenly monsters. They were much stronger than the two middle-aged men in the dragon suppression cauldron. Qin Yun and Princess Dark Knight rushed to the divine inscription mountain. On the road, they were also very vigilant. Yi Shaosong had told them that some evil spirits and heavenly monsters could hide very well and attack very quickly. If one did not defend in time, they would be severely injured in an instant. In just one day, Qin Yun and Princess Anya safely returned to the divine inscription mountain. On the way, he encountered two groups of evil spirits and heavenly monsters. They were exactly the same as humans. They didn't get discovered, so they hid and took a detour. When Shimin Dezhuang saw Qin Yun return, he immediately ran over and asked, "Boss, did you encounter those evil spirits and heavenly monsters?" "Yes, he is indeed very strong." Qin Yun nodded. "How are they?" Xiaohua walked over and asked. Shimin Qinglian and the mountain god were also listening attentively. "They look exactly like humans." Qin Yun told them about their encounter with the evil spirits and monsters. After Shimin Dazhuang heard this, he said in horror, "Looks like I better not go out. It's really too dangerous. Those evil spirits and heavenly monsters look exactly like humans, and they're so powerful. It's really incredible. It's useless for you to go out. It's better if you stay in the divine inscription mountain." Shimin Qinglian is not afraid. She said with smile, "Dazhuang, I think you are even worse than Pippy Pig. Don't look down on me. Although I'm not as powerful as Boss, I can always play a very big role at a very crucial moment." Shimin Dazhuang said very unhappily. Qin Yun said to Mountain God, "Old Mountain, become the smallest. We will go to Dragon Forest area. It will be safer there." "All right," the Mountain God said, "just lead the way." Qin Yun gave the approximate location to the Mountain God and told him to start moving the divine inscription mountain. The divine inscription mountain could turn into a small hill, and it could even float in the air. In order to get to the Dragon Forest area faster, the divine mountain would fly in the sky from time to time. The reason why he didn't continue flying was that he would be surrounded and attacked by flying evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Those wraiths and heavenly monsters are very savage. When Qin Yun was flying in the sky, he was attacked by them. Because it was impossible to travel through space, the divine mountain's movement speed was relatively slow. In the space within the divine inscription mountain, Qin Yun also talked about the heaven-defying sect and Shui Yihui. He also released the two evil spirits and heavenly monsters he had captured. When Xiaohua and the others heard about what had happened to Shui Yihui and Triple Radiance, they were all furious. Even Shimin Dezhuang, who was very afraid of evil spirits and heavenly monsters, said that he must seek revenge from the Heaven and I sect. The life-sealing, soul-devouring lock is really vicious. It's most suitable for those guys from the Heaven and I sect. The Mountain God looked at the two burly men. They were transformed from two evil spirits and heavenly monsters. They were also disciples of the heaven-defying sect. Those two evil spirits and heavenly monsters knew that they had encountered people from the immortal desolate. These two fellows should be relatively weak. Shimin Dazhuang said. Qin Yun placed the two evil spirits and heavenly monsters into the heavenly lion-dragon suppressing cauldron because he was afraid that they would be sensed by their kind. I don't know. In short, our understanding of the Heaven and I sect is still not enough. Qin Yun shook his head. The situation in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range is very complicated. He only wanted to quickly meet up with Siekru and the Netherworld Great Emperor. His father, Qin Long, also came to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. He must know something. Princess Yi said, "Those sun altars and the 9 Yang Palace's flying islands are all in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. It should be relatively easy to find." Back then, Qin Yun was sealed inside the Heavenly Law altar by the 9 Yang Palace. Those sun altars were jointly controlled by the 9 Yang Palace. The sun altar participated in sealing Qin Yun, so Qin Yun absolutely could not let go of those altars. "Yes, I must find those guys and let them know the consequences of becoming enemies with me." Qin Yun snorted. He has no enmity with the 9 Yang Palace and the owners of the sun altar, but he was jointly sealed by them. Therefore, he wants to settle this debt. The mountain god controlled the inscription Divine Mountain and rushed towards the Dragon Forest area. Although the inscription Divine Mountain can become small, it is still the size of a small hill. When moving, it is very careful, but it still alarms some evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Fortunately, those evil spirits and heavenly monsters are unable to break through the defense of the inscription Divine Mountain. They only feel that it is a strange mountain. After seeing that they can't break it, they didn't continue attacking and dispersed. It took 2 to 3 days for the inscription Divine Mountain to arrive at the Dragon Forest area. On the way, they encountered 2 waves of evil spirits and heavenly monsters. They also saw those evil spirits and heavenly monsters inside the inscription Divine Mountain. Those 2 groups of evil spirits and heavenly monsters look exactly the same as humans. Moreover, they brought along some evil spirits and heavenly monsters that have not transformed into humans. Those evil spirits and heavenly monsters are all grotesque. We finally arrived at the Dragon Forest area. "This place is very safe," Qin Yun said. "Although there are many huge trees in the Dragon Forest area, the distance between them is very far. The inscription Divine Mountain can easily move through the forest." After arriving at the Dragon Forest area, Qin Yun and Princess Anya left the inscription Divine Mountain and rushed to the Dragon Forest town. As they walked through the Dragon Forest town, they heard many people discussing. In the past 2 days, many people from the Heaven-defying sect have come to the Dragon Forest town. There are a total of 200,000 to 300,000 people in the Dragon Forest town. Although they are widely distributed, everyone can still discover a large number of people from the Heaven-defying sect. The people of the Heaven-defying sect are relatively easy to recognize and can be easily recognized. Did you hear? The life-sealing soul-devouring lock on that old man Shui and triple radiance are gone. What? Gone? Who opened it? It was Yi Shaosong who found someone to open it. This Yi Shaosong is truly capable. He actually found someone who can open the life-devouring lock. No wonder the Heaven-defying sect sent over 100 people. I heard that those people are all evil spirits and heavenly monsters. As Qin Yun and Princess Anya walked on the road, they heard some peddlers discussing under a big tree. More than 100 evil spirits and heavenly monsters. This is a very strong force. In those dangerous forests, evil spirits and heavenly monsters are mostly in groups. If humans were to encounter evil spirits and heavenly monsters outside, they would most likely be caught and eaten. Even if it was a lone evil spirit or heavenly monster, they would still be caught and eaten. The Heaven-defying sect sent 2 fellows to find Old Man Shui and the others. In the end, those 2 fellows disappeared. Someone chuckled and said, "There's going to be a good show to watch." Missing? Did they disappear in the Dragon Forest town? It should be. After those 2 guys entered the old man Shui's cave, they never came out. The people that Yi Shaosong found are really powerful. One is wearing a mask, and the other is a young man. They can actually make people disappear without a trace in the Dragon Forest town. Princess Anya was wearing a mask. At this moment, many people noticed them. Qin Yun is very calm. He only quickened his pace and rushed to the cave where Shui, Yi Hui, and the others are. When they saw the unfamiliar young man and the masked person, they immediately attracted the attention of many people. Some busybodies followed behind Qin Yun and Princess Anya. After a while, Qin Yun and Princess Anya finally arrived at the cave. Around the cave, there are dozens of black-armored men surrounding it, preventing people from entering the cave. Xiaosong, what's going on? Qin Yun stood at the entrance of the cave, formed by the tree roots, glanced at the big men, and asked loudly. Fighting is not allowed in the Dragon Forest area, but those people are blocking the entrance of the cave and not letting them in. Qin Yun doesn't know if pushing them away can be considered as making the first move. Big brother, we are fine. They don't dare to attack us. Yi Xiaosong's voice came from inside. He called Qin Yun Big Brother and not Sect Master because he didn't want those people to know that Qin Yun is the Sect Master of the Inscription Gate. Qin Yun asked, "They're blocking here. We can't go in and you can't come out, right?" "Yes, it's best not to have a physical collision," Yi Xiaosong quickly said. He was worried that Qin Yun would attack. Those armored men are all evil spirits and heavenly monsters. They are all from the heaven-defying sect. At this moment, a middle-aged man came out of the cave. He looked at Qin Yun and said coldly, "Who are you people? Are you from the Immortal Desolate?" "That's right," Qin Yun replied. "Why are you blocking our way? The people inside are all prisoners of my heaven-defying sect. We have the right to prevent anyone from seeing them and also to restrict their movements." The middle-aged man sneered and then glared at Qin Yun. "You guys opened the life-sealing, soul-devouring lock, right? The people of Dragon Forest Town are all surrounding them. They're just watching the show. Because they can't fight here, they are very relaxed. When they saw people from the Immortal Desolate, they all felt very curious. The people of the Immortal Desolate have a certain level of strength, so they're not afraid of the heaven-defying sect." Qin Yun said with a sneer, "Heaven-defying sect? You brought so many people just to restrict the actions of Elder Shui and the others. I said it before, they are all prisoners of our heaven-defying sect. They have important torture tools of our heaven-defying sect on them. And those torture tools are all gone. Are they in your hands?" The middle-aged man said angrily. The group of people from the heaven-defying sect are very sure that the life-sealing, soul-devouring lock is in Qin Yun's hands. Qin Yun smiled and said, "That's right, it's in my hands. I'll take it out for you to see now." He took out the heavenly lion-dragon suppression cauldron and threw the two men inside to the ground. The two men were burnt black and their hands and feet were chopped off. As soon as they came out and saw their own people, they started howling. Seeing this scene, the onlookers from Dragon Forest Town were all stunned. Even the people from the heaven-defying sect looked at the two men in shock. There was actually someone who dared to provoke the strongest sect in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Chapter 1849. Seeing that the other heaven-defying sect people are about to surround him, Qin Yun immediately released the heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet and covered the two men. He said with a smile, "These are the prisoners of my inscription gate. Don't touch them. The defense of the heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet is very strong. It is not easy to break it. You are from Immortal Desolate? Our heaven-defying sect has a good relationship with several big powers in Immortal Desolate. Which power are you from?" The middle-aged man calmed down. He knew that the person in front of him is not simple. "I am from Immortal Desolate Inscription Gate. This Cloud Dragon Mountain Range's Inscription Gate is my sect." Qin Yun's face sank. "My Inscription Gate was exterminated by Heaven-defying sect, so everyone in Heaven-defying sect is my Inscription Gate's prisoner. Inscription Gate from Immortal Desolate." This caused the surrounding people to be secretly shocked. The people of Cloud Dragon Mountain Range don't know how strong the Immortal Desolate Inscription Gate is. They only know that the sect master of Inscription Gate is a bit powerful. Does your Inscription Gate know the Nanyang Palace? And the Dark Royal Race? And the Alliance Army, the Strange Dragon Race? They are all guests of our heaven-defying sect. The middle-aged man said again, "Nanyang Palace? Their flying island was once blasted by our Inscription Gate. Their Nanyang Palace was burned to ruins, and now it has been rebuilt. As for the Dark Royal Race, their two Xiaoyangs were shot down by me." Qin Yun said, "Alliance Army's battleships were destroyed by me. Two Xiaoyangs were shot down. This caused the people of Dragon Forest Town to cry out in alarm. One Xieyong came to Cloud Dragon Mountain Range very early. They all know that Xieyong is very powerful, but two of them were actually shot down by the immortal desolate inscription gate. The man from Heaven-Defying Sect is not stupid. He knows that they have met a very strong opponent. Heaven-Defying Sect also doesn't know how strong the immortal desolate inscription gate is. They only know that the immortal desolate inscription gate is not weak, otherwise they wouldn't be able to remove their life-sealing, soul-devouring lock and capture two of them. Let's exchange. You release our people, and I will release your people. That large man looked at the two screaming middle-aged men inside the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and said. Qin Yun transferred the two people back to the heavenly lion dragon cauldron and said, No need. In Dragon Forest Town, none of us can make a move. Elder Shui and the others don't have to suffer, but your men will. In any case, as long as we endure, we won't lose out. Besides, can you really stop me? Although I can't make a move in Dragon Forest Town, I guarantee that you will never be able to see the person in front of you. With us here, don't even think about barging in. You barged in, that means you made the first move. You should be clear about the consequences, the big man said angrily. Qin Yun smiled faintly as he cast his penetration divine power and suddenly burrowed into the ground. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared. Qin Yun used the mysterious penetration divine art to drill into the ground. He bypassed the human wall formed by the Heaven-Defying Sect's armored men and entered the stone room in the cave. Before the people of Heaven-Defying Sect could regain their senses, Qin Yun had already entered the stone room and brought Yi Shaosong, Shui, Yi Hui, and Triple Radiance out. Triple Radiance had already woken up. They had also put on the puppet armor and regained their arms and legs. Although they did not have eyes, they had very strong spiritual force. When they saw Qin Yun bring them out, everyone let out a low cry. The big man from the Heaven-Defying Sect had an extremely ugly expression on his face. He had just sworn that Qin Yun would never be able to see Shui, Yi Hui, and company. The people from the immortal desolate land were indeed very capable. Inscription gate. Just you wait. The big man turned around and left, leaving with a group of people. In Dragon Forest Town, there was nothing they could do. Qin Yun coldly watched the group of people leave. That burly man was very strong, and he was transformed from an evil spirit. If they were to fight, it would be very difficult to kill him. Let's go back to the divine Inscription Mountain. Qin Yun smiled at Shui, Yi Hui, and said, With me here, whoever dares to bully the disciples of the Inscription Gate will become enemies with the Inscription Gate. Qin Yun will definitely not let them off. When Triple Radiance heard Qin Yun's voice, they were very excited because it was the Qin Yun they were familiar with. Finally, Qin Yun brought Shui, Yi Hui, and company back to the divine Inscription Mountain. After knowing that this was the location of the Inscription Gate, Yi Shaosong, Shui, Yi Hui, and company were very excited. They could tell that this place was very strong. Xiaohua, the mountain god, and the others also welcomed Yi Shaosong and company. They also told them many things about this divine Inscription Mountain. The injuries on your bodies can be healed, Xiaohua said. I just need a bit of time to let your severed limbs grow back and your eyes recover. In the next few days, Xiaohua helped Shui, Yi Hui, and company heal their injuries. This would take a very long time. In the Dragon Forest Town, news about the sect leader of the Inscription Gate quickly spread. All along, the Inscription Gate had some fame in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range, but no one knew who the sect leader of the Inscription Gate was. All they knew was that the sect leader of the Inscription Gate was in another great desolate land. Now, the sect leader of the Inscription Gate had finally appeared. He came from the immortal desolate land and was very strong. Not only did he remove the life-sealing, soul-devouring lock, he even captured two people from the Heaven-Defying Sect and placed the life-sealing, soul-devouring lock on them. This matter immediately caused a sensation in the Dragon Forest Town. After all, in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range, there was no force that could openly provoke the Heaven-Defying Sect. But now there was an Inscription Gate that dared to do so. The heaven-defying sect was located next to the Cloud Dragon River in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. The Cloud Dragon River had already dried up. The river had turned into a huge ravine, forming a huge crevice that cut across the entire Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Near the Heaven and Ice sect, there was a Xieyong. There was a flying island near Xieyong, and not far away, there were 6 golden sun altars. A large group of people were gathered in the Nine-Yang Palace on the flying island. The Alliance army of the Outer Heaven Domain and the mutated dragon race were also there. Other than them, there were powerhouses from the major sects and families of the Immortal Desolate. They were in a large hall of the Nine-Yang Palace. The people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace of the Outer Heaven Domain all had gloomy faces. The powerful immortal emperors of the Alliance army were all filled with killing intent. Lang Chong smiled faintly. Isn't it just one Qin Yun? What are you afraid of? This guy is alone. What kind of storm can he stir up? Lang Chong doesn't know that Qin Yun is the masked old man who defeated their inscription Do Master. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, Netherworld Great Emperor Xian Rujing, Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, and other friends of Qin Yun are all in this hall. They all felt a lot more relieved because Qin Yun has finally arrived. The old man from the Alliance army said in cold voice, Qin Yun has something like Divine Universe Golden Stone in his hands, and he also has 2 sun souls. Most importantly, he did not pass through the heavenly gate. How did he come here? The old man from the Nine-Yang Palace cursed in low voice. He was sealed inside the heavenly law altar. It is already inconceivable that he could leave the heavenly law altar. He actually came to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. The devil immortal great emperor said in cold voice, Your son, altar, and Nine-Yang Palace should be careful. The immortal desolate great emperor said, Also, the heaven-defying sect must be careful. The inscription gate in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range was destroyed by the heaven-defying sect. With Qin Yun's style of doing things, the heaven-defying sect will definitely be targeted. This damned Qin Yun, now that he is here, how are we going to find the treasure left behind by the Nine-Yang royal family? Someone cursed in low voice. Who told you to seal him in the heavenly law altar? The immortal desolate dragon emperor sneered. Nine-Yang Divine Palace fellows, I really doubt if you are really from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. Fellows like you who can't distinguish between good and evil don't seem like people from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace at all. Immortal desolate dragon emperor, what do you mean by this? The old man from the Nine-Yang Divine Palace said angrily. What do I mean? Qin Yun has done a favor for the Imperial clan, protected the interests of the Immortal Desolate, and bravely fought against the enemies from the Outer Heaven realm. Yet you guys in the Nine Sun sect established the Nine-Yang Palace and joined hands to seal Qin Yun. The Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor snorted. At this time, Immortal Venerable Heartless said, I heard that the Nine-Yang Divine Palace will regularly clean up a group of people who cannot pass the Divine Palace's assessment. Most of these people are people with bad character. The Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor laughed. So that's how it is. Some fellows have clearly been chased out of the Nine-Yang Divine Palace, but they are still using the Nine-Yang Divine Palace's name to do bad things. They are truly disgracing the Nine-Yang Divine Palace. Red Sun Dragon Mother sneered. These guys, they actually claim to represent the Immortal Desolate before. Their inscription, Dome Masters, fought and lost very badly. The Nine-Yang Palace is extremely furious, but they can't do anything. The Immortal Desolate Dragon race is very strong. If the Immortal Desolate Dragon race was bullied, the Imperial Dragon race would not sit idly by. Furthermore, Immortal Venerable Heartless and the Immortal Desolate Holy Palace are also together with the Immortal Desolate Dragon race. If they were to fight, the Nether Sect and the Guanghan Palace would definitely help the Immortal Desolate Dragon race. The Devil Immortal Great Emperor said coldly, We are discussing how to deal with Qin Yun. Those who do not wish to deal with Qin Yun, please leave this hall. Without saying a word, the Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor got up and left. Many powerful immortal emperors also left. In just a short while, only the Immortal Desolate Evil forces led by the Dark Royal race, as well as the alien dragon race, Alliance Army, Nanyang Palace, and heaven-defying sects immortal emperors remained. These bastards from the Imperial clan, after coming to the Cloud Dragon Mountain range, they actually turned hostile and refused to recognize us. Someone from the Nanyang Palace scolded. Don't worry about them. What we need to do now is to capture Qin. The devil immortal great emperor said, friends from the heaven-defying sect, you understand the situation of the Cloud Dragon Mountain range the best. Do you have any plans? The old man from the heaven-defying sect shook his head and said, if he hides in the Dragon Forest area, we won't be able to do anything. Furthermore, that bastard actually captured 2 of us in the Dragon Forest area. Logically speaking, he should be punished by the heavens. The old man from the Nanyang Palace said, ignore that Qin. We just need to guard against him. Don't forget our main goal. We found a tomb. It's very, very big, and it's deep underground like a city. The old man from the heaven-defying sect chuckled and said, when the time comes, only we can enter. The guy who just walked out of the hall, don't even think about entering. The devil immortal great emperor hurriedly said, then let's hurry up and dig out the things inside the tomb. A huge underground city. It must be the great tomb we are looking for. We don't have enough ability to dig it out, but with the help of our friends, there will definitely be no problem. The old man from the heaven-defying sect said with a smile. Were we leaving? Lang Chong is also impatient. We'll leave tonight. It's best if we hide a bit and don't let those guys know. The heaven-defying sect said, if they want to snatch it from us, if we clash with them, both sides will suffer. Chapter 1850. Shinyu Evil Dragon, the Divine Inscription Mountain, was located in a very quiet place in the Dragon Forest area. The Dragon Forest had always been very safe. Even if a large number of evil spirits and heavenly monsters entered, they would not be able to fight. Inside the Divine Inscription Mountain, Qin Yun released the Floating Cloud Pagoda and entered it to cultivate. He used the 9 Dragons' Heavenly Origin Formation and the Divine Universe Goldstone, absorbing the power of the Divine Universe, to cultivate with Zi Qingsheng and the others. Even the Dark Knight Princess joined in. What puzzled Qin Yun was that Princess and Yi also mastered the Sun and Moon Heart Sutra. He had thought that Zi Qingsheng and the others would teach the Heart Sutra of Sun and Moon to Princess Anya, but she said that she knew it. While cultivating, Qin Yun could not help but ask, Princess, how did you master the Sun and Moon Heart Sutra? I didn't understand it before, but after awakening the 9 Sun bloodline, I understood. In short, it suddenly appeared in my memory. Since Princess Anya said so, Qin Yun did not pursue the matter. That was because it was related to her previous life, and it was very complicated. The effects of fusion cultivation were excellent. After absorbing large amounts of divine cosmos power, Qin Yun felt his body improve significantly. Under the guidance of Princess Anya, Zi Qingsheng and the others also went to cultivate a stronger body. 3 days passed. Qin Yun absorbed the power of the divine cosmos and broke through to the 2nd firmament immortal emperor realm. This divine universe golden stone is truly useful, Qin Yun said with a smile. Just use it here. If you go out, don't use it. Princess and Yi said, in short, I feel that there is something here that will definitely snatch the divine universe golden stone. Princess and Yi also seemed to have broken through. Her cultivation situation was rather complicated and difficult to understand. Qin Yun could only see that she had become much stronger. Following that, Qin Yun began familiarizing himself with the absolute yang power of the 2nd firmament immortal emperor realm. He controlled the absolute yang power to flow throughout his body, allowing his body to familiarize itself with it. After familiarizing himself with it, he would be able to quickly unleash his strongest power in battle. Princess Anya didn't need to familiarize herself with it. She just watched Qin Yun from the side and sometimes tested the intensity of Qin Yun's power. At night, Qin Yun, who was in the floating cloud pagoda, suddenly heard Xiao Hua calling him from outside. Boss, someone is looking for you outside. That person is wearing half a mask. He seems to be Nether Sect Xinlong, Xiao Hua said. After Qin Yun heard this, he immediately left the floating cloud pagoda with Princess Anya. He teleported Qin Long to the divine inscription mountain. Qin Long had come on his own. He wore a set of black armor and a mask. His hair was a little messy, and he held a bloody spear in his hand. There was even some black flesh stuck to the tip of the spear. After he insisted on Qin Yun, his stern eyes softened. "Dad, what's going on?" Qin Yun was surprised to see his father like this. When Princess Anya saw Qin Long, she seemed to feel that Qin Long had the deity seat of the fire dragon god, while Princess Anya had the deity seat of the moon dragon god. At such a close distance, they could see each other. Qin Long glanced at Princess Anya, patted Qin Yun's shoulder, and said with a smile, "Xiao Yun, it's good that you are fine. I thought you wouldn't be able to come to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. How can I not come? You are looking down on me too much." Qin Yun is very happy to see Qin Long. He asked, "Dad, why did you come alone? Didn't Godfather and the others come?" "They had other things to do, and I had my own things to do, so I didn't stay with them." Qin Long said, "This Cloud Dragon Mountain Range has changed a lot. When you go out, you must be extremely careful." "Dad, aren't you coming with us?" Qin Yun asked somewhat dejectedly. "I have my own things to do. In short, don't worry about me. I will definitely save your mother's soul." Qin Long's face was filled with determination as he said heavily, "Dad, what happened to this Cloud Dragon Mountain Range? Why is there such a huge change?" Qin Yun is very puzzled. Qin Long took a deep breath. His eyes flickered, as if he was hesitating whether or not to tell Qin Yun. He walked back and forth a few steps and said, "Xiao Yun, my true body is in the immortal graveyard. Your father, I was once a dragon." Qin Yun was startled as he looked at Xiao Hua and Princess Anya in shock. "Dad, what's going on?" Qin Yun asked. "A dragon that can be sealed in the immortal graveyard is definitely not an ordinary dragon." Princess Anya said in a deep voice, "You have the deity seed of the fire dragon god. Could it be that you were once the fire dragon god?" Qin Long smiled. "You have the deity seed of the moon dragon god. Were you once the moon dragon god?" "Of course not, but I have some relationship with the former moon dragon god." Princess Anya said, "I also have some relationship with the former fire dragon god." Qin Long said, "It doesn't matter what kind of dragon I am. In short, my true body is in that damn place." "Dad, we are also going to the immortal graveyard. Why aren't you with us?" Qin Yun asked. "It's not that easy to enter the immortal graveyard. And in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range, there is a place I must go, because there is a very strong fellow sealed inside. I want to make sure that the seal there is strong enough." Qin Long said, "We'll go with you." Qin Yun said hurriedly, "No need. That place is more dangerous. Think of a way to find the immortal graveyard." Qin Long's voice was somewhat stern as he warned, "Xiao Yun, once you find what you're looking for, quickly leave the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Do you understand?" Qin Yun could only nod. "Send me out," Qin Long said. Qin Yun accompanied his father and left the divine inscription mountain. After arriving outside, Qin Long said in a low voice, "Xiao Yun, that woman is very special. You have to be careful." "Why do you say that?" Qin Yun was somewhat alarmed. "I don't know, it's just my intuition." Qin Long patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said, "All right, I'm going." At this moment, the earth suddenly began to tremble. "What's going on?" Qin Yun said in alarm. Qin Long's eyes were immediately filled with shock as he cursed in a low voice. "Not good. The seal on that place has been broken by someone." "What?" Qin Yun said in alarm. "Dad, is the place you want to go very close to here? It's deep under the Dragon Forest area. It's a very big city." Qin Long scolded. Those bastard from the heaven-defying sect must have found it and unsealed it. Just as Qin Long finished speaking, the earth rose and fell like waves. One gigantic, coiling dragon tree after another immediately fell to the ground. What was terrifying was that the green leaves on the giant trees suddenly withered and turned yellow. The land of the Dragon Forest area was like an angry sea. The coiling dragon, ancient tree on the ground quickly withered and died along with the fluctuation of the earth's soil. "Return to the divine inscription mountain," Qin Yun said anxiously and rushed towards the divine inscription mountain. However, the divine inscription mountain was suddenly covered by a large amount of soil, as if it was swallowed by the earth. Qin Yun took out the soul-chasing talisman and discovered that the divine inscription mountain is no longer nearby. Bang, bang, bang. It is unknown why all kinds of strange, shaking sounds appeared all around. Those withered, coiling dragon ancient trees seemed to have become fertilizer. After being submerged by the soil, they were immediately absorbed and became rotten. Qin Yun turned pale with fright. His face is filled with fear as he shouted, "Divine inscription mountain, old mountain." The earth released a strange suction force. It is devouring everything on the ground. Dragon Forest area can't fly to begin with. After the earth produced suction force, it is difficult to escape. Qin Yun and Qin Long's legs sank into the soil that is currently fluctuating. The soil is like mud. It is very strange. Qin Long grabbed Qin Yun, and with a loud roar, dragon scales burst out from his body, and he turned into a mighty half-dragon man. He took a ferocious step. With every step he took, flames burst out from under his feet. With every step he took, a ball of flame condensed under his feet. It is as if he is walking down a flight of stairs. He is stepping on a fire stairway to get away from the earth filled with suction force. "Dad, what is going on? Where is the divine inscription mountain?" Qin Yun shouted in alarm. "Don't worry about that mountain. It is just that the space is in disorder. We moved it away." Qin Long's voice is filled with fear. He said with trembling voice, "Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is coming out." Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon? What the hell is that? Qin Yun has only heard of Divine Cosmos Heavenly Dragon. You should know that Divine Cosmos Goldstone can transform into evil, right? Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is the fusion of a formidable dragon and an evil divine Cosmos Goldstone. This kind of thing is called evil ghost and heavenly monster. Qin Long said, "Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is sealed in the depths of Dragon Forest area." Qin Yun suddenly thought of something and shouted, "There are so many evil ghosts and heavenly monster here. Could it be related to Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon?" Qin Long's footsteps are heavy. He is resisting the earth's suction with great difficulty and walking on the void with Qin Yun. He nodded and said, "Indeed, the earth that was originally filled with all kinds of huge coiling dragon ancient trees turned into a flat land in the blink of an eye. Dragon Forest Town also disappeared without a trace. This flat land looks very calm. It is like an earth-colored sea that can swallow and submerge everything. Even if it looks calm now, it is still producing a very strong suction force." The earth suddenly trembled and fluctuated. Qin Long and Qin Yun can see that the ground in the distance suddenly bulged up. Something huge is about to come out. Hua! A black dragon head, as big as a huge mountain, slowly came out of the ground. This dragon head is very dreadful. It looks a bit like a human skull. Blood is bubbling out of the black skull. It looks like a huge rotten dragon body. After the dragon head came out of the ground, it let out a sharp roar and released an incomparably bitter, evil energy. An incomparably fierce, evil aura swept out, and the starry night sky was instantly covered by a dense, evil aura. This is Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. After Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon rushed out of the ground, not long after its rotten body appeared, it submerged into the thick black, evil mist. Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. This Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is very dreadful. Even if its body is rotten, its might and evil power can cause people to feel incomparable fear. Soon after, a huge black city floated up. A group of very excited people stood on the city walls of that city. "It's them." Qin Yun saw Devil Immortal Great Emperor and others. "Is indeed those damned bastards." Qin Long cursed in low voice. His expression is very grave because their current situation is very dangerous. Chapter 1851. Fire Dragon Battle Evil Dragon Devil Immortal Great Emperor's group saw that Qin Yun is here and immediately shouted loudly, They did not attack because the situation here has not stabilized. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is flying in the sky, is crazily absorbing heaven and earth energy. Apparently, it is repairing its damaged and rotten body. Dad, let's quickly leave, Qin Yun yelled. Qin Long pulled Qin Yun and quickly ran in the sky. Qin Yun wants to fly, but no matter what, he cannot fly. Even if he used floating inscription ability, he cannot fly even a bit. It can be seen that there is a power suppressing flying here. What Qin Yun finds incomprehensible is that it is clearly suppressing flying creatures. Why could Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon fly? Such a huge Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is flying in the sky. It looks very agile. While Qin Long and Qin Yun are running in the sky, many skeletons suddenly appeared from the ground below. Those black skeletons seem to be invisible within the evil energy pervading the earth. It is very difficult to see them. Fortunately, they have a pair of red light flickering eyes that can determine their location. What is this thing? Qin Yun said in shock. These skeletons are very strong. Initial form of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. Qin Long said anxiously. These evil ghosts and heavenly monsters all have dragon blood. Qin Yun can also see that these skeletons have dragon claws on their hands and legs. Moreover, their backbone is very thick and solid. There is also a very long tail behind their waistbone. The original form of these skeletons was definitely that of a demi-dragon. Qin Long is running in the sky. His speed is very fast, and his energy consumption is great. The ground below has not stabilized. He also doesn't dare to land because if he lands, he will most likely sink into the mud. What they need to do now is to leave the Dragon Forest area. Qin Yun is very worried about the Divine Inscription Mountain, but the current situation is very urgent. Only by escaping from danger can he go look for the Divine Inscription Mountain. Those guys are chasing us. Qin Yun yelled. He took out 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. Devil Immortal Great Emperor's group has 20 to 30 people chasing after them. They are all riding small and exquisite lizard dragons. They are very nimble as they fly over. This area is Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's domain, so only he and those evil creatures can fly. Qin Long cursed in a low voice. Heaven-defying sect and Nanyang Palace bastards, they actually joined hands to release the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Qin Yun now knows how terrifying the Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is. In the Cloud Dragon Mountain range, he was an invincible existence. It was very difficult to reseal the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Qin Yun couldn't understand why such a terrifying Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon would be sealed in the Dragon Forest region where fighting and flying were prohibited. Furthermore, there seemed to be a mysterious power in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range that could release the power of heavenly punishment. However, the Divine Cosmic Evil Dragon had appeared, but the heavenly punishment had yet to appear. Xiao Yun, the situation in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range is indeed complicated. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun nodded. Qin Long suddenly shouted. Xiao Yun, those guys are catching up. I'll give them a shot. Qin Yun used the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon to blast behind him. He only shot out the energy of a sacred Xian silver crystal. The energy condensed by the sacred profound silver crystal was very strong. It turned into a ball of golden light and shot out. In this dark, evil area, it was very dazzling. Boom! After that ball of energy blasted out, it exploded with a strong golden light behind it. The group of small salamanders that were chasing closely behind it were also blocked for a while. And on the ground, there are still many black skeleton dragon men chasing after it. Qin Yun continued using the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon to blast below. As long as he doesn't use Star Cannonball, the cannon barrel won't be so hot that it can't be used. In this dangerous situation, Qin Yun won't easily use Star Cannonball. It is used to deal with the most dangerous situation. Qin Yun kept shooting energy balls. They're not very strong, but their speed is very fast. If one is hit head-on, it will be like being enveloped by a frantic golden hot wind, causing one's speed to become very slow. Within the Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's domain, Only divine cosmos evil dragon and his evil dragon slaves can fly. Even those evil people from Immortal Desolate can't fly. Alliance Army and Variant Dragon Race are here. What's going on with these guys? Don't tell me they want to vow loyalty to divine cosmos evil dragon? Qin Yin looked at Lang Chong and those strange-looking outer heaven domain people behind him. Maybe they just want to cooperate with divine cosmos evil dragon. Although divine cosmos evil dragon is very strong, it has just broken free from the seal. It is still very weak. Qin Long said with frown, "We must eliminate divine cosmos evil dragon. Otherwise, there will be endless troubles in the future." The group of people chasing after them saw Qin Long and Qin Yin running very fast and gradually pulling away from them. They all became very anxious. Devil Immortal Great Emperor suddenly yelled, "Lord Dragon Lord, quickly stop those two guys. That young brat has divine cosmos golden stone and sun soul on him. We must capture him and make his soul fly and scatter." Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor both know that Qin Yun's past life was Immortal King Fu Yun. Back then, they did not make Qin Yun's past life soul fly and scatter. That is why Qin Yun was able to reincarnate. Now, after his rebirth, Qin Yun has developed very well. He is a great threat to Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor. They are very sure that as long as Qin Yun continues to grow, it won't be long before he can exterminate them. Divine Cosmos Golden Stone? How big is it? Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's thunderous voice arrived from the sky. Very big. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor yelled. Actually, no one knows how big Qin Yun's Divine Cosmos Golden Stone is. They only know that it is very big. Roar. Suddenly, a ferocious dragon roar shook the sky. A black energy aura rushed down from the sky, like a furious black waterfall pouring down in torrents. It brought along a kind of blood-colored thunder and lightning. Its power is surging violently. Its energy is swallowing the sky and swallowing the clouds. Qin Long also let out a dragon roar. Flames shot out from his body. The throbbing flame formed a very strong barrier. This is body-protecting dragon handle. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon roared. The energy aura released is extremely dreadful. After it enveloped Qin Yun and Qin Long, it bombarded the ground. Most of the skeletal dragon men on the ground had their bones shattered, while the group of small salamanders chasing behind them were also blown into the air. Those formidable immortal emperors can only tightly hug the small lizard dragons. They are extremely excited because Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is finally attacking Qin Yun and company. Qin Yun is about to be killed. Of course, they are very excited. Qin Yun is shocked in his heart. This Cloud Dragon Mountain range can actually contain such formidable existence. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's strength has already surpassed Immortal Realm. Even though he is very weak now, the power he erupted with is still very strong Saint Realm power. Qin Long's body protecting dragon handle is not weak. The mask on his face is gone. Half of his face is flickering with Fire Dragon God Totem. After obtaining Fire Dragon God Totem, he can cultivate very weak divine power. Grasping weak divine power is very advantageous in Immortal Desolate and Sacred Desolate. If not for that weak divine power, Qin Long's body protecting dragon handle would not have been able to block Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's attack. God Totem? Moreover, it is Fire Dragon God. A thunderous voice came from the sky. The voice is filled with astonishment. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon laughed heartily and said, "Not bad, not bad. To me, this is a great tonic." Devil Immortal Great Emperor and others are very astonished to find out that it is someone with God Totem. Possessing God Totem means that he is a god with God position. He will be able to go to Divine Desolate in the future. Qin Yun is actually together with this kind of person. Qin Long continued madly rushing in the sky. He used his formidable power to break away from Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's domain power. Those small lizard dragons did not continue chasing because with Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon taking action, others can just watch. Xiao Yun, We are about to leave the domain. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is about to attack. If we don't leave his domain before that, I will think of a way to protect you. Don't worry about me. I will be fine. Qin Long very solemnly said, even if I die, I can be reborn through my clone. Dad, you really have a clone? Qin Yun doesn't believe it. He feels that Qin Long is purposely saying this so that he can safely escape. It's true, Qin Long said. Suddenly a dragon roar resounded in the sky. Blood-colored lightning violently rushed down. The attack this time was much stronger than the previous one. Qin Long loudly roared. He unceasingly released his formidable power and condensed it into even stronger body protecting Dragon Handle to protect him and Qin Yun. But this blood-colored lightning is truly too strong. Qin Yun clenched his teeth, waved his hand, and released 9 Dragon Rune Heavenly Sabers. After the Dragon Rune Heavenly Sabers surrounded Qin Yun and Qin Long, they formed a 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. That is, 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Lang Chong shouted in alarm. It can't be wrong. That is the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Could it be that Qin Yun is the masked old man? The group of people from the 9-Yang Divine Palace suddenly reacted. Earlier, it was the stone tablet that formed the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Now, it is the large saber. Although it is different, the fluctuation is the same. An old man from the Alliance Army said in shock. The masked old man is that bastard Qin Yun. This guy has the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. That means he can use the power of Divine Universe Golden Stone. Alliance Army, Variant Dragon Race, 9-Yang Palace, Dark Royal Race, and other evil factions people are all filled with envy and jealousy. Qin Yun and Princess Yi are very close. Apparently, he also knows that brat from Peng family. The masked old man must be Qin Yun. No wonder Princess Yi could awaken her 9-son bloodline. She must have awakened it through his 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Dark Royal Race old man gritted his teeth and said, "This damned Qin Yun! Quickly kill him!" Qin Yun released the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation to block Divine Universe Evil Dragon's formidable attack. Divine Universe Evil Dragon furiously roared. 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation? There is actually such a great formation in this world. Back then, 9-Yang Royal Race used the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation to seal me. Whoever possesses this formation must die. Xiao Yun, I will fight it out with him. Qin Long suddenly shouted, "Release the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Release its power and inject it into my body. Will this work?" Qin Yun is somewhat worried. Chapter 1852. Qin Yun moved the box containing the Divine Universe Gold Stone into the 9 Heavens Dragon Line Cannon. After the 9 Heavens Dragon Line Cannon's box was opened, the 9 Dragons' Heavenly Origin Formation sensed the divine space power within and immediately extracted it. The 9 Dragons' Heavenly Origin Formation quickly absorbed the power of the Divine Universe and released a 9-colored radiance. Qin Yun controlled the array and released the energy to quickly infuse it into Qin Long's body. At this moment, a huge black dragon tail swept down. The dragon tail had no scales, only rotten flesh and black bones, but its power was incomparably terrifying. The dragon's tail chopped down like a mountain-splitting axe, causing the surrounding space to shatter and tear. Qin Long roared. After his body absorbed a large amount of God Cosmos power, he actually turned into a fiery red dragon. Dad, Qin Yun is very alarmed. He never expected Qin Long to transform into a dragon. The fire dragon rushed over and bit onto the divine cosmic evil dragon's massive tail before spewing out a 9-colored flame. At that moment, the 9 Dragons' Heaven Origin Formation was still pouring out 9-colored energy into Qin Long's body. Ling Yin was also very anxious as she said, "Xiao Yun, father's strength is still not as strong as that guy. This can't go on. Do you want me to take out the floating cloud pagoda and hide inside?" Qin Yun asked. No, if he hid inside, he would definitely be sealed by them. The Nanyang Palace, the Alliance Army, the mutated dragon race, the Dark Royal race, and the heaven-defying sect, if they join forces, it won't be difficult for them to seal you. Ling Yun hurriedly said. In his fire dragon form, Qinlong was only just barely able to hold off the divine cosmic evil dragon, but this was not a long-term solution. The reason why Qin Yun is able to float in the air is because of the 9-dragon heavenly origin array's power. 2 huge dragons were fighting fiercely in the sky. Fire clouds and black, evil mist intertwined. Sometimes it was dusky, and sometimes it was blazing. Those guys are coming over. Qin Yun cursed in his heart when he saw Devil Immortal Great Emperor and others riding small lizard dragons. He quickly stored the Dragon Stripe Heavenly Blade into the 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon. The 9 Dragons Heaven Origin Array was still operating within the 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon, and it could still release the power of the 9-color divine universe for Qinlong to absorb. Qin Yun stuffed in a star cannon shell and shot it at the group of people rushing over. Boom! An incomparably terrifying explosion engulfed the group of small salamanders. Qin Yun doesn't know what happened to the people inside. He can only tightly hold onto the 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon. The 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon was very hot, but because of the power of the divine universe metallic rock within it, it was able to activate the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Array. He could only rely on the 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon to hover. Qinlong fought in the air, biting onto the divine universe evil dragon's neck as it roared and spat out flames. Xiaoyan, you go. Qinlong roared. I can stall this guy. Qin Yun is already stuffed in the 2nd star cannonball and shouted, Dad, get out of the way. I will shoot him. The 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon is very hot. Qin Yun endured the heat and inserted a star cannon shell. Boom! The star cannonball shot out and slammed into the center of the divine cosmic evil dragon's massive body, causing the black dragon bones to shatter. Large amounts of black bone fragments floated down like black rocks raining down from the sky. All of you must die! The divine universe evil dragon roared, his furious roar like thunder. Qin Yun furiously roared. The one who will die is you. Qin Yun finished speaking and stuffed in another star cannonball, but he can't fire it. After firing 2 powerful star cannonballs, the cannon barrel is unbearably hot. Although the runes inside are not damaged, the energy inside has been blocked. Qin Yun endured the incomparable heat and grabbed the 9 Heavens Dragon Line cannon with both hands. His hands looked like they were melting and stuck together with the cannon barrel. In this dangerous situation, Qin Yun doesn't care about anything else. He wanted to use mental power to control the cannon, but discovered that it is too hot. He can't use mental power at all. Quickly leave. Qinlong, who has turned into a fire dragon, loudly roared. He swept his tail and shot out a flame ball that wrapped around Qin Yun and sent him flying. Qinlong can see that Qin Yun has reached his limit. If this continues, he and Qin Yun won't be able to leave. Qin Yun is completely helpless after being wrapped up by the flame ball. He can only shout loudly and fly away with the flame ball. Qinlong's timing is very good. Devil Immortal Great Emperor's group of evil people have been scattered by Qin Yun's cannon, and Divine Universe Evil Dragon's body has also been hit. Therefore, now is the best time to make Qin Yun leave. The flame ball is very fast and flew out of Divine Universe Evil Dragon's domain in a short while. After Qin Yun struggled free from the weakened flame ball, he looked towards the battlefield. He is floating in the sky and tightly clenching his burnt hands. Dad! Qin Yun wants to fly over, but he suddenly sensed that Qinlong's aura is becoming weaker and weaker. Xiaoyan, quickly leave. Divine Universe Evil Dragon is coming. Ling Yun anxiously yelled. After leaving Divine Universe Evil Dragon's domain, the Heaven Leaping Shuttle can now fly. He entered the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and controlled it to fly very fast. His eyes are filled with tears because he doesn't know what is happening to Qinlong, and Divine Universe Evil Dragon is chasing after him. Heaven-defying sect, you bunch of bastards, release Divine Universe Evil Dragon. I will not let you off. Qin Yun is controlling the heaven-leaping shuttle to fly at top speed. He doesn't know where he is going. He is only crazily flying towards a certain direction. Daybreak arrived. The heaven-leaping shuttle has not stopped. Divine Universe Evil Dragon is also not chasing after him. Qin Yun, who is filled with anxiety and hatred, took out a soul-chasing talisman. The soul-chasing talisman is emitting light on his hand that has been scalded to the point bones can be seen. This is Qin Long's soul-chasing talisman. It is still emitting light. It means his soul fluctuation is still there. Qin Yun let out a long sigh and leaned back on the chair. He feels very tired. Now his hands are in great pain. Although it was painful before because he was worried about his father and was running for his life, his attention was diverted. Now that he has relaxed, he feels that his hands are in great pain. He looked at Xiao Hua's soul-chasing talisman and discovered that it is still reacting. So he began treating his hands. Xiao Yun, Dad will be fine. During the great battle, the situation was too urgent, so you didn't notice that Dad absorbed a great amount of Divine Universe Golden Stone's energy. Ling Yun said, "Is that so?" Qin Yun indeed didn't notice. In Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation and Divine Universe Golden Stone had great activity at that time. I noticed it, especially Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. It transformed a very strong flame power and poured it into Dad's body. Ling Yun said, "I wonder how Dad is now. Should I go find him?" Qin Yun asked, "Don't go for now. Pay attention to his soul-chasing talisman. If it moves, it means he has already escaped. That Divine Universe Evil Dragon needs Divine Universe Golden Stone and also wants to destroy Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. So he immediately chased after you. Dad must have escaped at that time." Ling Yun said, "That Divine Universe Evil Dragon is truly dreadful." Qin Yun recalled how Divine Universe Evil Dragon's rotten body was still able to erupt with such formidable power. His heart is filled with fear. You shot him with a cannon, but you still couldn't do anything to him. That cannon was shot with Divine Universe power. Divine Universe Evil Dragon belongs to the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. They are not afraid of Divine Universe power, but they are a bit afraid of Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Ling Yun said. The heaven-leaping shuttle continued flying at high speed. Qin Yun is inside the control room, checking all kinds of soul-chasing talismans from time to time. He looked at Qin Long's soul-chasing talisman and said with frown, "It's been so long. Dad's direction hasn't changed. Could it be that he hasn't moved? If that's the case, then he might have been captured." Xiao Yun quickly becomes stronger. Ling Yun is also worried that Qin Yun will suddenly run over to find Qin Long. She is very clear that with Qin Yun's current strength, facing Divine Universe Evil Dragon can only lead to death. Not to mention Qin Yun. Even if Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, Immortal Desolate Sacred Master, and other Righteous Alliance experts were called over, they might not be able to capture Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Furthermore, inside the huge city where Divine Universe Evil Dragon is, there must be many powerful Evil Dragon subordinates. Xiao Yun, you have a Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation and Divine Universe Golden Stone. They are your greatest trump cards. You can become even stronger here. You must believe in yourself. Ling Yun said. Qin Yun stored away Qin Long's soul-chasing talisman and said, "I hope Dad can hold on. Even if he is captured, nothing will happen to him. As long as Divine Universe Evil Dragon is not stupid, he will not kill Dad to obtain the Divine Universe Golden Stone in your hands." Ling Yun is now certain that Qin Long has been captured. Qin Yun doesn't dare to take out the Divine Universe Golden Stone. He is worried that his position will be exposed. He took out Xiao Hua's soul-chasing talisman. The direction has changed. It means that the Divine Inscription Mountain can still move. Quickly return to the Divine Inscription Mountain. Ling Yun said, "Find Princess Anya. Maybe she knows about Divine Universe Evil Dragon." It happened very suddenly. Qin Yun and Qin Long were outside when the Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon suddenly appeared. It produced a tyrannical energy and instantly created a chaotic space. The divine inscription mountain has very strong spatial power. So when the space became chaotic, it was shaken away by the spatial fluctuation. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and flew towards the divine inscription mountain. While flying, he discovered that the divine inscription mountain is also coming over. 2 days later, Qin Yun finally saw the divine inscription mountain. The divine inscription mountain is still maintaining its defensive state. Little Black Donkey has activated the formidable Black Tortoise Great Formation. Even so, the divine inscription mountain is still heavily damaged. After Qin Yun entered the divine inscription mountain, Xiao Hua and the others' expression became grave. How did the divine inscription mountain suffer such great damage? After Qin Yun came in, he saw that everyone is fine and relaxed a lot. We were caught by a dragon. Luckily, we were able to escape in time. Mountain God said. Princess Anya looked at Qin Yun and said, "Where is your father?" I don't know, he might have been caught. Qin Yun said, while clenching his fists, "That is divine universe, evil dragon. I really didn't expect that it would be sealed under the dragon forest area." Princess Anya lightly sighed and patted Qin Yun's shoulder to comfort him. Chapter 1853. Tianqing, since Princess and Yi could recognize that it was a divine cosmic evil dragon, she definitely knew about the divine cosmic evil dragon. Qin Yun, divine universe evil dragon, is very powerful. Back then, the Nanyang royal family could only seal the divine universe evil dragon, but they could not kill it. Princess and Yi shook her head and said, "Divine universe evil dragon has broken through the seal and has not recovered to his peak yet. There is still hope to seal him again." Qin Yun frowned and said, "Seal? I want to destroy him." Princess and Yi sighed. The divine universe evil dragon was a very powerful existence back in the divine desolate. The Nanyang royal family in the divine wilderness had a hard time sealing this thing. It's already not bad that we were able to seal the divine universe evil dragon again. Things that couldn't be killed could only be sealed. Previously, the heavenly monster that immortal venerable Heartless fought against was sealed in that tomb city because he was unable to kill it. Even the Nine Sons royal family was unable to kill the divine universe evil dragon back then, much less the current us. Princess and Yi continued. Back then, the Nine Sons royal family had the divine universe golden stone and the Nine Dragons heavenly origin formation, but they couldn't completely destroy those powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Qin Yun is very unwilling. He sat on the grass and punched the ground. He cursed, "Heaven-defying sect. Nanyang Palace. These guys are helping divine universe evil dragon break the seal. What's the benefit? Aren't they afraid of being killed by the divine universe evil dragon?" Xiao Hua said, "Boss, this place is the sun's sacred land. Although Shun Cosmos evil dragon broke through the seal of that city, he shouldn't be able to leave the sun's sacred land. The sun holy land is like a cage." Princess and Yi nodded. Even if the divine universe evil dragon goes out, it will not be able to survive in the Nine Desolate because the last 3 sons of the Nine Desolate will fall sooner or later. Qin Yun said, "Those evil forces released the divine cosmos evil dragon. They must have some goal. Maybe the divine cosmos evil dragon agreed to their conditions." Princess and Yi paced back and forth a few steps and said, "If that's the case, then divine universe evil dragon will most likely agree to help them obtain the item from the immortal graveyard." The immortal graveyard was extremely mysterious. It was a place that everyone in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range was searching for. Qin Yun could not contact Xieqiru. He only knew that Xieqiru and the others were in a certain direction. "I can't let those bastards succeed." Qin Yun was very anxious when he thought that his father might fall into the hands of the heaven-defying sect. He took out the soul-chasing talisman to take a look and found that there was no reaction from it. Qin Yun looked at the soul-chasing talisman in his hand and was completely stunned. His mind went blank. There was no reaction from the Qin Long soul-chasing talisman. This meant that Qin Long was dead. Princess Anya and Xiao Hua shouted a few times from the side, but Qin Yun did not hear them. Qin Yun's eyes widened as he looked at the soul-chasing talisman in his palm. He could not believe that it was real. Qin Yun, your father will be fine. Princess Anya suddenly felt an extremely evil aura surging out of Qin Yun's body. She quickly pressed his shoulders with both hands. No, my father is dead. Qin Yun's voice trembled as he shook his head and shouted, He is dead. The sinister aura that surged out of Qin Yun's body grew stronger and stronger. After Xiao Hua, Shimen Dazhuang, and the mountain god felt it, they were all terrified. Princess Anya pressed Qin Yun's shoulders with both hands, shook his body, and shouted, No. He has the fire dragon god's divine position. He has the divine position totem. His soul will not be destroyed so easily. Even if he is killed now, after a period of time, he can use the divine position totem to regenerate his soul. In short, it is very difficult for people with divine position totem to die. You must be lying to me. Qin Yun shouted. He did not believe it. Believe me? Princess Anya said very seriously. If you don't believe me, then you can kill me. My soul can be reborn with the help of the divine position totem. I will let you see the process. Boss, calm down. Believe in Princess Anya. Xiaohua also quickly said. Qin Yun looked at Princess Anya. His eyes were already dark. Ling Yun, kept calling him, but he could not hear her. Princess Anya stamped her feet anxiously, took off the mask on her face, and said, Qin Yun, quickly kill me. Do you see the moon dragon god totem on my face? After I die, my soul will be attached to the totem. After my soul sleeps, when it is safe, my soul can be reborn. On Princess Anya's jade-like face, a faint purple rune appeared. The rune is very complex and flowing on half of her face. It is the combination of moon totem and dragon totem. Princess Anya only has half of her face without the divine position totem. That half of her face is very beautiful. Just half of her face is incomparably cold and elegant. Her beautiful eyes are full of coldness and sternness. This face is very familiar to Qin Yun. When Qin Yun saw Princess Anya's face, he calmed down in an instant. The evil power in his body was suddenly suppressed into the nether sun. Qin Yun's mood is extremely complicated. Oomph. Princess Anya snorted. Qin Yun, I overestimated you. I thought you were a person who could face anything calmly. She put on a mask, and her tone was full of disappointment. Qin Yun was speechless. He can only choose to believe Princess Anya's words. If you don't believe my words, how can we cooperate? Princess Anya said coldly, You are a person with a heavy responsibility. No matter what death you encounter, you must calm down. But my father, Qin Yun sighed and closed his eyes. If you couldn't control yourself just now, not only would you be finished, we would also be finished. Princess Anya sternly reprimanded. You and we are finished. Who will avenge your father? Besides, as long as his soul is still there, nothing will happen to him. Although Princess Anya's voice is cold, it is slightly hoarse. Just now, she felt the terrible power in Qin Yun's body. It is something that Qin Yun was born with. Once he loses control, he will fall into the evil path. Qin Yun took a few deep breaths and said, So, what are we going to do next? What else can you do besides becoming stronger? Princess Anya's tone is very cold, and she continued to reprimand. You are like a child who easily loses control. Obviously, you have such a powerful power, but you can't suppress it. It is really dangerous to be with you. Qin Yun lowered his head. He also knows that this is indeed a big problem for him. When he was young, he was like this. That time, Siekaru suppressed it, and then Qi Meiyan helped him erase that memory to prevent it from relapsing. Qin Yun, when you saw me just now, why did you suddenly calm down? Princess Anya asked. Did you remember something? How could you be her? Qin Yun is very familiar with that face. He never expected that Princess Anya's appearance would be the same as Bing Xing's. Of course, Princess Anya's voice and figure are different from Bing Xing's, so Qin Yun did not find her familiar before. Bing Xing was formed from the star spirit and landed on the moon. Later, she joined the Guanghan Palace and became acquainted with Qin Yun's previous life, Immortal King Fu Yun. Later, Bing Xing was sealed in the Cloud Dragon mountain range and was saved by Qin Yun after reincarnation. The two of them also had many entanglements. Qin Yun is certain that this Princess Anya is older than Bing Xing, because not long after Princess Anya was born, she was sealed. When the Dark Royal race and Imperial race returned to the Immortal Desolate to fight, Princess Anya came out from the seal. Who? You've seen me before? Princess Anya is also very puzzled. Do you have an avatar? Qin Yun asked. I can answer you with certainty. I don't have an avatar. Princess Anya said. Strange. Why do you look exactly the same as a woman I know? It's just that your voice and figure are different. Qin Yun shook his head. Whatever. It might be a coincidence. Princess Anya is also somewhat astonished and asked, Where is that woman? Did she also come to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range? In the Guanghan Palace. Qin Yun said, Are you sure you don't have an avatar? Absolutely not. Princess Anya said, Why are you so sure? Qin Yun is still somewhat suspicious that Bing Xing is Princess Anya's avatar because they have the same face. My 8th soul and 8th spirit have been sealed. I still have 1 soul and 1 spirit. How can I have an avatar? Princess Anya said. That's true. Qin Yun nodded. To create an avatar that can be reborn, he would need 1 soul and 1 spirit. At the very least, he would need 1 soul. Qin Yun waved his hand and said, I'm going to rest. He released the floating cloud pagoda, went inside and took out the divine King Heavenly Seal. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master. Qin Yun wanted to contact the Immortal Desolate Sacred Master and ask him about the situation. Uncle, I know about you coming to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. You're truly worthy of being my uncle. As soon as you arrived, you provoked the strongest heaven-defying sect here. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master laughed. Where are you? Are the people from the Guanghan Palace with you? Qin Yun asked. Guanghan Palace. Only those girls didn't come with me. They said they had their own things to do and then left. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said, I don't know where they went. After they left, we met people from Heaven Creation City, and then we went to Heaven Creation City. Heaven Creation City? Qin Yun asked in shock. What is this? It's a city that suddenly appeared. This Heaven Creation City is very powerful. Not to mention that it's very big. There's even the Divine Inscription Palace and the 9 Yang Divine Palace inside. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master laughed. They even helped me transform my body. That's right, those guys who went to the Imperial Race Divine Palace were not really from the 9 Yang Divine Palace. They were chased out by the 9 Yang Divine Palace. Qin Yun is extremely alarmed. The Cloud Dragon Mountain Range actually has a Heaven Creation City. He suspects that the Heaven Creation City is most likely the one that sealed the Evil Dragon City back then. The Cloud Dragon Mountain Range still has the power of the past. How is the situation in Heaven Creation City? Can I go over? Qin Yun asked. Of course you can, but when the time comes, you should keep a low profile. I will quietly bring you into the city. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said. I am worried that the good things on your body will be coveted. But don't worry, Immortal Desolate Dragon Race, Nether Sect, my Immortal Desolate Sacred Palace, and Heartless Immortal Venerable can guarantee that you won't be bullied. Haha, you are so awesome. No one should be able to bully you, right? Chapter 1854. Heaven Creation God Palace. Although the Immortal Desolate Sacred Master is sometimes rather stupid, he can still see that Qin Yun's mood is rather low. Sir Divine King, what's wrong? I have never seen you like this before. From your voice, you don't seem to be in a very good mood. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master asked seriously. Did you encounter some difficulties? Immortal Desolate Sacred Master, let me ask you something. You must answer me truthfully. Qin Yun suddenly said very solemnly. Speak. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said, If I know, I will definitely answer you truthfully. If a person with a divine position totem dies, does that mean that they will die forever? I heard that souls can be reborn through divine position totem. It's very difficult for this kind of person to die, right? Qin Yun said. That's right. In the divine desolate, many people with divine position totem have been killed more than once or twice. If it is done well, it can be reborn. Immortal desolate sacred masters said, but there are exceptions. Not everyone can be reborn and resurrected. Qin more or less has some confidence in his heart. He thought that Princess and Yi was lying to him. What immortal desolate sacred master said, there is a glimmer of hope in his heart. It is possible for his father to be reborn. How is the situation in Heaven Creation City? Qin Yun asked. What he needed to do now was to quickly become stronger and then meet up with Siekaru and the others to discuss the matter of going to the immortal graveyard. Because in the immortal graveyard, there is his father's true body. Qin Long had said before that he had a very powerful body and was sealed in the immortal graveyard. If Qin Long's soul was still there, then as long as he entered the immortal graveyard and found Qin Long's true body, he would be able to revive very quickly. Now, if Qin Yun wanted to revive his parents, he could only enter the immortal graveyard. Immortal desolate sacred master said, the situation in Heaven Creation City, in short, this place is safe. At least the few great powers in Heaven Creation City are all good to us. Oh, there are several great powers inside. Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. He thought that Heaven Creation City was a collective. Divine Inscription Palace, Nine Yang Divine Palace, Heaven Creation God Palace. The Heaven Creating Divine Palace is the core that is responsible for the operation of the entire Heaven Creation City. The City Lord of Heaven Creation City is also from the Heaven Creating Divine Palace. The Immortal Desolate's Sacred Master said, there are only 3 great powers in total. They are not united. They have different opinions on many matters. If Heaven Creation City had really sealed the Evil Dragon City before, then it would be possible to seal the Divine Universe Evil Dragon again. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master, have you heard of Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon? Qin Yun asked. I have heard of Shun Yu Tianlong. Immortal Desolate's Sacred Master said, Sir Divine King, what happened to you before? Tell me, maybe I can help. Qin Yun sighed and told the Immortal Desolate Sacred Master about the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. After the Sacred Master of Immortal Desolate heard this, he cursed loudly. Those bastards are really causing trouble. No wonder Heaven Creation City suddenly appeared. This city is most likely here to fight against the Evil Dragon City. Immortal Desolate's Sacred Master, go inquire about this matter. I want to know more about Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Qin Yun said, all right, there's an ancient 9 Yang Divine Palace here. They're very good to me. I will go find their elders and ask. Immortal Desolate's Sacred Master said, I have news. I will immediately contact you. You have my soul-chasing talisman, right? Directly come to the vicinity of Heaven Creation City and inform me when you arrive. Qin Yun and Immortal Desolate's Sacred Master cut off contact. His current mood also relaxed a lot. He walked out of the floating cloud pagoda and saw Princess Anya sitting outside the door, waiting. Seeing Qin Yun come out, she immediately got up and asked, Qin Yun, where are you going? I'm fine, don't worry. Qin Yun pulled Princess Anya and entered the floating cloud pagoda. He is very curious about the relationship between Princess Anya and Bingxing. He suspects that Siekaru definitely knows about it, because Siekaru knows Princess Anya. When Bingxing landed on the moon, Siekaru also knew Bingxing. What's the matter? Princess Anya asked. Princess, you said that you have been looking for someone. You even asked me to help you find that person, and it turns out that I am the person you are looking for. Qin Yun said, why are you looking for me? As I said, I'm looking for you to get back 3 things. 9 Yang Divine Spirit, 9 Yin Divine Spirit, 9 Desolate Divine Saber. Are you out of your mind? It hasn't been a long time and you don't remember? Princess Anya said. Qin Yun doesn't think so. He shook his head. I don't think it's that simple. You're looking for me. There must be something else. Princess Anya sighed. To be honest, in addition to those 3 things, I'm looking for you for other important things. I don't know what it is. It's just a strong consciousness in the depths of my soul. I have to find the 8 souls and 8 spirits to know. Qin Yun knew that Princess Anya must have something else to talk to him about. Let's not talk about this. Have you heard of Heaven Creation City? Qin Yun asked. How do you know about Heaven Creation City? What did you suddenly remember? Princess Anya said in surprise. Immortal Desolate's sacred master told me. Qin Yun told Princess Anya about Heaven Creation City. After Princess Anya heard this, she was very surprised. I didn't expect that this city is still here. Qin Yun asked doubtfully. What do you mean? What do you mean it's still here? Why are the 9 Yang Divine Palace and the Divine Inscription Palace in Heaven Creation City? It's very difficult for me to explain to you. You only need to know that Heaven Creation City is the last foundation of the 9-Sun royal family. I always thought it was destroyed. I didn't expect it to be hidden in the Sun Holy Land. Princess Anya appeared somewhat excited and said, Let's hurry to Heaven Creation City. Those guys who went to the Imperial Race Divine Palace claimed to be from the 9 Yang Divine Palace. They were all driven out. Qin Yun said again, They are not people of the 9 Yang Divine Palace. They all joined the 9 Yang Palace. They have a share in releasing the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. These guys are really not people of the 9 Yang Divine Palace. It's normal for them to be driven out. As soon as they came to the Imperial Race Divine Palace, they asked for the 9-Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation. Princess Anya snorted. She was besieged by that group of people. Qin Yun and Princess Anya walked out of the floating cloud pagoda and let the mountain god start moving the Divine Inscription Mountain towards the vicinity of Heaven Creation City. On the way to Heaven Creation City, Qin Yun took out a few soul-chasing talismans. They belonged to Xiao Yuelan, Xia Qiru, and Yang Shuriwei. They are all in the same direction. That means they are all together. Xiao Yuemei and Long Yuqing are in another direction. Black Rat by Zhe and other powerful inscription beasts are also in another direction. I wonder where Sister Qiru and others are going. Qin Yun sighed inwardly. He wants to chase after them, but he feels that his strength is not enough. If Xia Qiru really wanted to find him to complete the immortal graveyard diagram, she would have definitely come to find him. Now that she has not come to find him, it means that she has other important things to do. Ling Yun said, Xiao Yun, the Divine Universe Evil Dragon, and those evil forces are a great threat. If we complete the immortal graveyard diagram and find the immortal graveyard, we will create a great commotion and be discovered by those guys. It will be very troublesome. The immortal graveyard diagram is very important. If the immortal graveyard appears and causes fluctuation, it will be sensed by the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. It will be very dangerous. Also, he doesn't know what the purpose of Heaven Creation City is. The things hidden in the immortal graveyard are too important. They are the key to resurrecting Qin Yun's parents. There are also Xia Qiru's moon god divine seat, Qin Yun's 8 spiritual and 9 physical souls, as well as Princess Anya's 8 spiritual and 8 physical souls. In addition, Xia Qiru's powerful body is also sealed in the immortal graveyard. Back then, the devil immortal great emperor and the immortal desolate great emperor seem to have been instructed by the 9 Yang Divine Palace to build the immortal graveyard. Why would the 9 Yang Divine Palace instruct them to do this? Qin Yun is very puzzled. Don't think too much. Just be wary of the 9 Yang Divine Palace. The 9 Yang Divine Palace in Heaven Creation City should not be the one instructing the 2 great emperors. Ling Yun said, The 9 Yang Divine Palace is the same as the Divine Inscription Palace. They are distributed in several great desolate and operate independently. 3 days later, the Divine Inscription Mountain arrived near Heaven Creation City. The trees in a mountain forest near Heaven Creation City are relatively normal. They are not grotesque. The Divine Inscription Mountain is hidden in those mountain forests. Qin Yun contacted the Immortal Desolate Sacred Master. The Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said that he would come personally. Not long after, the Immortal Desolate Sacred Master arrived. He has a fat head and big ears. He has a very long beard that hangs down to his stomach. He is wearing battle armor, and looks very majestic. Qin Yun teleported the immortal, desolate, sacred master in. Amazing, admirable, awesome, you actually brought this mountain here. The immortal, desolate, sacred master stood on the grass in the space inside the divine inscription mountain and said with a smile. The immortal, desolate, sacred master looked at Princess Yi and said, Princess Yi, you really mixed with Qin Yun. I heard that you are the only bloodline of the Nine-Son royal family. The imperial race people are with you? Are they also in Heaven Creation City? Princess Yi asked. Our strength is not bad and Heaven Creation City needs helpers. They're quite good to us. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said with a smile. How much does Heaven Creation City know about the evil dragon city? Qin Yun asked. I asked. They only said that the evil dragon city's seal will be broken during this period of time. This is all predetermined. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said with frown. They also know how powerful the divine universe evil dragon is. They said that they will do their best to seal the divine universe evil dragon. If they can't succeed, they can only leave the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Predetermined? Why do they say that? Princess Yi said. I don't know, that's what they said. The immortal, desolate, sacred master looked at Xiao Hua and others and said with smile, There are too many of you. I can't bring so many people into the city. I won't go, I'll just stay here, Shimen Dazhuang said. In his opinion, the interior of the divine inscription mountain is the safest. I also won't go, Shimen Qinglian said with smile. Staying here is pretty good. Xiaohua and others also don't plan to go out. The divine inscription mountain needs someone to operate it. Can Princess Yi go in? Qingyun asked. She is wearing a mask. I'm afraid it's not very convenient. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said with frown. Also, the imperial race is rejecting her. Chapter 1855. The sacred leader of the immortal, desolate region could only agree. The reason why Qin Yun wants to enter Heaven Creation City is mainly because immortal, desolate's sacred master and Princess Anya said that Heaven Creation City is very strong, and there might be a way to deal with Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. Qin Yun knows that the Divine Cosmos Goldstone can't defeat the Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon, so he plans to enter Heaven Creation City and cultivate while searching for a way to fight against the Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. Just like that, the immortal, desolate, sacred master left the Divine Inscription Mountain with Qin Yun and Princess Anya. On the other hand, the Divine Inscription Mountain stayed away from Heaven City and wandered around. If Xiao Yuanmei, He Shu, and Bai Zhe return, they will also return to Divine Inscription Mountain. They flew in the air, and not long after, they saw the Heaven City. Heaven City is completely different from what Qin Yun imagined. In Qin Yun's imagination, Heaven Creation City should be a very ancient city. It will give people a very ancient feeling, just like Evil Dragon City. The Heaven City in front of him seemed to be built on a huge golden square stone. From high up in the sky, they could see that the city had a golden base that was tens of thousands of meters long and wide. The huge square stone pieces were shrouded in immortal mist. There were many magnificent buildings and palaces in the city, and the gardens were filled with dense mist. There were also several rivers in the city. This was an extremely prosperous city. That base is the foundation of the city. It's a super huge array disk. Qin Yun is very certain as he praised. The materials used should be divine level materials. Princess Anya said, This Heaven City is very powerful. There should be divine universe goldstones inside. Whether or not they have the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, I'm not sure. In the sky near Heaven City, from time to time, there would be pairs of armored experts flying on the back of giant dragons. They were patrolling the surroundings of Heaven City. The entire city gave off an indestructible feeling. Although all sorts of powerful barriers were very quiet and no aura surged out, they were very stable. After Qin Yun approached, he said with certainty, The barrier here was set up using Dao Yin runes. The inscriptions were changing. Moreover, the inscriptions had the power of regeneration. Even if they were destroyed, they could quickly repair themselves. Moreover, the key inscriptions are all changing. It is difficult to damage the key inscriptions to break the formation. Also, these defensive boundaries and great formations don't need maintenance. They have their own spiritual bodies and are responsible for protecting themselves. Qin Yun sighed with emotion. This is the first time he has seen such a powerful barrier formation. This heaven creation city was so powerful that he suddenly felt that the divine cosmos evil dragon was not so invincible. To be able to set up a protective formation like the heaven creation city, it was still possible to seal the divine universe evil dragon again. Of course, if the divine cosmos evil dragon is only sealed, Qin Yun will be very unwilling. Because in his opinion, the divine cosmos evil dragon must be completely exterminated. Heaven Creation City is so awesome, they might have researched a way to exterminate divine cosmos evil dragon. Qin Yun secretly thought, if Heaven Creation City had a way and he learned that method, not only would he be able to deal with the divine cosmos evil dragon, but he would also be able to deal with other powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters. The gate of Heaven City released a bright golden light. The 3 words Creation Heaven Gate were also formed using Dao Yin runes. It possessed a very strong aura. Standing outside the city gates, Qin Yun felt somewhat nervous. This was because the city gates had all sorts of barriers that seemed to be able to see through him. On the way here, the immortal desolate sacred master said that as long as they could enter the city gates, there would be no problem. The city gates have a barrier that detects evil spirits and heavenly monsters. If evil spirits and heavenly monsters wanted to pass, they would be discovered. Because the immortal desolate sacred master is a saint-level expert, he has quite a high position here. After all, he was once created by the 9 Yang Divine Palace. It is not a problem for him to bring 2 people into the city. Through the city gates, Qin Yun and Princess Anya entered very smoothly. However, just as they entered the city gates, a very powerful aura enveloped them. A white-haired old man wearing a golden brocade robe fell from the sky like a light and appeared on the ground, blocking the path of the immortal desolate sacred master and company. You are. The immortal desolate sacred master is somewhat alarmed and also very vigilant. Immortal desolate sacred master, right? Who is this person? The old man looked at Princess Anya and asked. The immortal desolate sacred master doesn't recognize the old man in front of him. He only knows that he is very strong. Princess Anya took out a token and said coldly, "It's me." The old man's pupils shrank. He is filled with shock and said in a low voice, "Heaven Creation Divine Token, come with me. I want to further confirm your identity." All right. Princess Anya walked over and said to Qin Yun, "I'll be fine. I'll come find you." The old man flew in the air with Princess Anya and disappeared in an instant. The immortal desolate sacred master said in a low voice, "You can't fly inside the Heaven Creation City. Since he can fly randomly, he must be a big shot of one of the 3 great powers inside the Heaven Creation City. There are many guards at the city gate." The immortal desolate sacred master walked toward the guard and asked, "Brother, who is that old man just now? Do you know him?" "How can I know that kind of person? He is from the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. As for what position he has in the Heaven Creation Divine Palace, I don't know." The guard shook his head. Another guard said, "There are many big shots in the Heaven Creation City. We don't know them, and we have never seen them before. In short, those who dare to fly randomly in the city are all very awesome. We can't afford to offend them." The immortal desolate sacred master nodded and said, "It seems like the few people I know are not awesome enough. None of them can fly randomly." Qin Yun is somewhat worried about Princess Anya because she is the only bloodline of the 9-son royal family, and she has many good things on her body. Her heavenly fire god fan is a sun spirit, and a very powerful one at that. Let's go. Don't worry about her. If she says nothing will happen, then nothing will happen. The immortal desolate sacred master patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, "Take me to see the immortal desolate dragon emperor." Qin Yun said, It's very important. The immortal, desolate, sacred master nodded and immediately walked on the street. He called a car and entered the carriage with Qin Yin. After a short while, the car entered a manor. Qin Yin did not dare to use the divine universe golden stone in this heaven creation city because he was worried that he would be sensed. This is the place where the immortal, desolate dragon race live. They are all very powerful dragons, and the treatment they receive is also very good. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said with a smile. The one in charge of receiving you. Is it the divine inscription palace or the Nine-Yang divine palace? Or the heaven creation divine palace? Qin Yun asked. There is the heaven creation divine palace. There is also the divine inscription palace and the Nine-Yang divine palace. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said. For example, the group of people from the divine inscription world and the divine inscription aristocratic family were taken away by the divine inscription palace. And the group of people from the imperial race divine palace were taken away by the Nine-Yang divine palace. The immortal, desolate, sacred master said. Nether sect, immortal, desolate, holy palace, and immortal, desolate dragon race are taken care of by the heaven creation divine palace? Qin Yun asked. The immortal, desolate, sacred master nodded and brought Qin Yun to a large hall. Not long after, the immortal, desolate dragon emperor and Scarlet Sun dragon mother arrived. Qin Yun saw the two elders and immediately got up to greet them. Where's that girl Yu Qing? Seeing Qin Yun, Scarlet Sun dragon mother knew that Long Yu Qing will definitely come. Shi and Yuan Mei are roaming everywhere. Qin Yun shook his head and sighed. It's all my fault. I underestimated the danger of the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. Otherwise, I would not have let them run around. Don't worry about these two little girls. Nothing will happen to them. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor said with smile. When they are together, it would be good if they don't cause a ruckus. Qin Yun said, Senior, you don't know how powerful that divine universe evil dragon is. Soon after, he sat down and narrated what happened to divine universe evil dragon and his father Qin Long. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor knows Qin Long. He also knows that Qin Long is the fire dragon god and also Qin Yun's father. After hearing Qin Yun's story, his expression became very grave. Xiao Fuyun, don't worry. He has the fire dragon god's divine throne inheritance. His face has a divine throne totem. His soul should be able to survive. He will definitely be able to leave and recover in a safe place. The Scarlet Sun dragon mother comforted. I hope so. The situation in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range is too complicated. Qin Yun said. After the evil dragon city appeared, the heaven creation city appeared. The immortal, desolate, sacred master suddenly had something to do and wanted to leave. He said that he was going to meet his friends in the heaven creation city. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor sent the immortal, desolate, sacred master out. After returning to the hall, Qin Yun said, Do you still need the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation? Of course. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor immediately replied, You can take your time. After all, it is the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. You can't rush it. The Scarlet Sun dragon mother said, Xiao Fuyun, the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation you released at the entrance of the Emperor Race Divine Palace is very powerful. Qin Yun said in low voice, I can give you the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation now. Let's talk somewhere else. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor promptly said he is also somewhat excited. The Scarlet Sun dragon mother is also the same. Because they have lost the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation for too long, it has always been a pain in their hearts. Qin Yun followed the two seniors and arrived at a very spacious secret room. After arriving, Qin Yun took out the 9-dragon rune heavenly steel. The energy source inside can store sacred Xian silver crystals and also stars. If there are divine universe golden stones or a large amount of sun god crystals, that would be the best. If not, sacred Xian silver crystals can also be used. Qin Yun said, Very good. The immortal, desolate dragon emperor looked at the 9-dragon rune heavenly steel and nodded his head in satisfaction and said with smile, Although I had some conflicts with your dragon race in my previous life, it was not a deep hatred. Now it can be considered to be written off. Qingyun also felt a lot more comfortable. It's all that girl Yu Qing's fault. Actually, it has nothing to do with anyone. Our dragon race's 9-dragon heavenly origin formation is too ancient. No one can be blamed for it. The Scarlet Sun Dragon Mother said, "It's not written off. I still owe you something." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said with smile, "Xiao Fuyun, I said that I would give my dragon race's supreme treasure to you. Senior, do you have the dragon race's supreme treasure with you?" Qin Yun is somewhat surprised. "That is the dragon race's supreme treasure. Of course I have to bring it with me." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said with mischievous smile. He took out a relatively large box and placed it on the ground. The box is very hot. It is square and half a person tall. The black box is actually flickering with white light. It is very strange. 9-son royal family left it behind. It should have been many years. Qin Yun said with frown. Has it always been like this? Chapter 1856. Qin Yun observed for a moment and discovered that the runes on the surface are the kind of seal. They are also relatively strong and cannot be broken by brute force. Otherwise, it would cause the things inside to be damaged. You can put it away first. When you have time in the future, you can slowly play with it. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, "You should know how to use this 9-dragon heavenly origin formation, right?" Qin Yun kept the treasure and looked at the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and Red Sun Dragon Mother. The two old seniors were extremely excited. Although the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation wasn't very powerful, they were still very satisfied. "It's not difficult at all," Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with smile. "Xiao Fuyun, you are really amazing. You can really make a complete 9-dragon heavenly origin formation." Qin Yun smiled and asked, "Is there a 9 dragons heavenly origin formation in this heaven creation city?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor frowned. "I'm not sure. I asked the people of the Heaven Creating God Palace before. They did not answer directly. In short, if there really is a 9 dragons heavenly origin formation in Chuangtian City, then that 9 dragons heavenly origin formation is probably very ancient." Red Sun Dragon Mother said, "Most of the 9 dragons heavenly origin formation was passed down from the 9 sons royal family. Many years have passed, and it has not been easy for the ancient 9 dragons heavenly origin formation to be maintained until now. The Divine Wasteland's 9 dragons heavenly origin array can be maintained. This heaven creation city looks very powerful. It should be able to maintain it, right?" Qin Yun said, "If Heaven City really has the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation, then its overall strength is definitely not weak." Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, "I can't be sure if they have the 9 dragons heavenly origin formation, but they definitely have the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Little floating cloud, we haven't figured out the background of Heaven City yet, so you'd better not expose your Divine Universe Golden Rock." Red Sun Dragon Mother said, "Don't worry. We will definitely not leak the news of you entering Heaven City. The great powers that came from the Immortal Desolate have no enmity with Qin Yun in the Heaven Creation City. They all have a tacit understanding and will not say too much about Qin Yun. You can stay in this manner for the time being." The Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor smiled and said, "If we encounter any problems, we can find you to solve them." "All right." Qin Yun nodded. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor brought him to a huge courtyard, where Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and Red Sun Dragon Mother lived. Qin Yun requested for a very large hall. He took out the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and placed it in the hall before entering the Heaven Leaping Shuttle's warehouse. After entering the warehouse, he took out the Dragon Clan's treasure, which was the black square box. The runes on the surface of the black square box were flowing. For the sake of safety, he even took out the 9-dragon Mark Heavenly Blades. The dragon marking Heavenly Blade was inserted into the blade holder made from the Divine Universe Sky Dragon's dragon egg shell. It was extremely powerful, flickering with golden light. 9 dragons Heaven Origin Formation Star. Following that, Qin Yun let Mo come out. "Little Mo, look at these runes. Can you make these runes lose effect and break the seal? Be careful. Don't trigger the box to self-destruct. Qinyan said, this is a very strong seal. The runes are all Tao evolution runes. Mo flew around the box a few times and said in a tender voice, Big brother, I can make the inscription lose effect, but I need some time. Mo is also constantly improving her abilities. She has her own understanding of Tao Yin runes. All right, I am not in a rush, Qinyan said with smile. Mo flapped her wings and slowly flew around the box, as if she is looking for something. A seal formed by Tao Yin runes is indeed very difficult to break, Qinyan said, and the runes are constantly changing. It is very difficult to find the weakest point. Mo said softly, because the things inside the box are very important. Mo has to consider even more to break the barrier. She can't trigger the self-destruction runes. It was very difficult for Qinyan to break the seal, but it was relatively easy for Mo. In just half an hour, Mo began to take action. Her eyes shot out two white lights that landed on a corner of the square box. After a while, the box suddenly became very black and no longer released white light. Success. Qinyan is pleasantly surprised. Mo, you are too awesome. Mo smiled tenderly and said, Big brother, you can open the lid now. Qinyan walked over and touched the box. He no longer released that burning hot energy. He previously thought that there was something very hot sealed inside, but now it seems that it is just a very strange self-destruction seal. Back then, the Nine-Sun royal family's Nine-Dragon heavenly origin formation was passed down until now, but it is still so old that it cannot be used. This box's seal is still so powerful even now. Qinyan exclaimed. He let Mo enter the Nine-Sun divine spirit before opening the lid. He is also worried that there would be something powerful inside. After the lid was opened, an incomparably dazzling light suddenly burst out. A kind of burning hot energy suddenly enveloped Qinyan. Qinyan felt as if his skin was about to be roasted. Fortunately, the Nine-Dragon heavenly origin formation suppressed the energy inside the box in time. Qinyan promptly closed the lid. His face is filled with shock. Inside the box, there are actually many small pieces of divine universe golden stones. They are all the size of rice grains. Because the light is too strong, he is unable to determine how many there are. He only knows that there are a lot of them. It might be even more than the great divine universe golden stones in his hands. Princess Yi said that this was left behind by the Nine-Sun royal family at its peak. She said that if the Nine-Sun royal family declines, they can use the things inside the box to rise again. Ling Yin said with smile. So, there's a large amount of divine universe golden stones. When the Nine-Sun royal family was at its peak, they could move unhindered across the 3,000 heavenly domains. One must know that every heavenly domain has countless stars. As for the divine universe metal stones, they were all born from those powerful stars. When the Nine-Sun royal family was at its peak, it is very likely that they collected a large amount of divine universe golden stones and then hid it in that box. Qinyan now understands why the runes on the box could be preserved for so long. So it is because of the energy of the divine universe golden stones. The most precious inheritance of the Nine-Sun royal family has actually been obtained by me. Qinyan is very excited. The Nine-Yang Divine Palace also seems to have a lot of divine universe golden stones. They previously gave one to the heartless immortal venerable and then caused him to suffer miserably. Ling Yin said, maybe the box that the Nine-Yang Divine Palace obtained is relatively small. Maybe it's just a small box of divine universe golden stones. Qinyan looked at the box and still finds it hard to believe. He said, this Nine-Sun royal family is too awesome. Even if they moved unhindered across the 3,000 heavenly domains, they would not be able to obtain so many divine universe golden stones. Did they really plunder them from the 3,000 heavenly domains? The golden age of the Nine-Sun royal family was several million years ago. At that time, The other heavenly domains must have had many celestial bodies similar to the sun. Ling Yuner said, "Let me take a look again. This time I am prepared. I won't be roasted again." Qin Yun is very excited now. He has so many divine universe golden stones in his hands. He can overturn the heavens. Ling Yun said with smile, "Luckily you released the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation ahead of time. Those saber holders are made from dragon eggs. They can block the spatial fluctuations of such a large amount of divine universe golden stones. It's better to be prepared." Qin Yun placed his hand on the lid of the box and said, "This box is also a very awesome thing. It can actually seal so many divine universe golden stones." He controlled the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to operate and then opened the lid. Intense light burst out again, but it was suppressed by the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation in an instant. Qin Yun finally saw the divine universe golden stones inside. There are a lot of them. It is like half a box of golden rice grains. This caused him to be shocked, speechless. It is even more than he imagined. "Xiao Yun, did you notice that this box is very light?" Ling Yuner suddenly said, "The divine universe golden stones are so heavy, but after entering this box, the box became very light." Right. I was just saying that it is strange." Qin Yun now also realized that this box is abnormally light. Clearly, the material used to refine it is very special. This box is refined from a type of gravity divine stone. This box can become very heavy and also very light. Ling Yuner said with smile, "Xiao Yun, what did you think of now? It is the same as Nether Sun's gravity ability. It can make things heavy and also make them float." Qin Yun said in shock, "Gravity divine stone, what kind of toy is this? Is it related to Nether Sun?" Gravity divine stone comes from the core of Nether Sun. During the golden age of 9-Sun royal family, they actually found the core of Nether Sun. Ling Yun sighed and said. Qin Yun grabbed the black box and said with sigh, "So light. His divine universe golden stones are still very heavy inside the box." He used Extinction Spirit to look at the box to see if there is anything special about it. He suddenly discovered that there is something else inside the box. He hastily took out the floating cloud rod and stirred the surface of the box. Very soon, he saw a square palm-sized golden box. There is actually something inside. Qin Yun is very pleasantly surprised. Half a box of divine universe golden stones already made him extremely happy. But inside the divine universe golden stones, there is a golden box. Qin Yun promptly took out the golden box. What kind of thing is inside? The divine universe golden stones inside the box are the entire wealth of 9-Sun royal family. This box is also here. The thing inside must be extraordinary. Qin Yun carefully looked at the box. He used Extinction Spirit Eye to observe and discovered that the runes inside the box look like blood vessels. It looks like there is blood flowing inside. Big and small, very complicated Tao evolution runes are actually formed from blood vessels. There is blood flowing inside. This box looks like it is a life form evolved from Tao evolution runes. Qin Yun's horizons have been greatly broadened. He once again saw another form of runes. The seal on this box must be very strong. I wonder if MO can handle it. Qin Yun said. After he put away the box of divine universe golden stones, he let MO come out. When MO saw the box, she cried out in alarm, "Big brother, this box is formed from heavenly runes." It is actually a box formed from heavenly runes, and it even has flesh and blood. Can you open it? Qin Yun only wants to know what is inside. Chapter 1857. Dragon Emperor's Fury. Same bloodline? The descendant of the guy who made this box? Where should I go to find it? Qin Yun looked at the box and held it in his hand. He can feel that there is blood flowing inside the box. Same bloodline. This is indeed very difficult to find. MO frowned her charming eyebrows and shook her head. "Big brother, I can't open this box." Qin Yun touched MO's cute little face with his finger and said with smile, "I will think of a way. You should go rest first. He sent Mo back to the nine-sun divine soul. The blood flowing inside the box seems to contain very powerful energy, otherwise it would be impossible to maintain the operation of the box. Xiao Yun, if this box needs to be opened by someone with the same bloodline, then maybe Princess Anya can. Ling Yuner said. She's from a nine-sun royal family. Qin Yun also thought of Princess Anya before, but he felt that the nine-sun bloodline inside her body was formed later on. It must be known that although Princess Anya is the only member of the nine-sun royal family, her parents originally did not have the bloodline of the nine-sun royal family. It is only after her parents married that they formed a new bloodline. Mo's meaning should be that we need the descendant of the person who made this box. Qin Yun said, where can we find that person's descendant? What's more, the nine-sun royal family should only have Princess Anya left, but she has a new nine-sun bloodline. Ling Yun said, we will know once we find Princess Anya. The Divine Universe Golden Stone inside this box was left behind by the nine-sun royal family to prevent them from rising again after their decline. They must have placed this bloodline heavenly runed box here to prepare for the descendant of the nine-sun royal family. This box has been lying in this box for many years. It must have absorbed a lot of Divine Universe Golden Stone's energy to maintain it. Qin Yun said, the thing inside must be very important to the nine-sun royal family. Ling Yuner said, Qin Yun wants to find Princess Anya, but he doesn't know how to find her. When Princess Anya entered the city, she took a Heaven Creation token and left with an old man from the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. Qin Yun doesn't know where she went. She should be fine. That Heaven Creation Divine Palace should have a very close relationship with the nine-sun royal family back then. Ling Yuner said, the Heaven Creation token in her hands is not simple. Qin Yun placed the box back into the box and let the blood in the box continue absorbing the Divine Universe Goldstone's energy. He looked at the half-filled chest of Divine Universe Goldstones in a daze. So many Divine Universe Goldstones could make him very strong. Other than that, it had many other uses. He had only used the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Array to exchange for so many Divine Universe Goldstones. This was a huge profit because it was given to him by the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor. He felt a little guilty. Yuner, do you think I should tell him about this? Qin Yun feels somewhat guilty in his heart because this is something that belongs to an acquaintance. Xiao Yun, this is a Calamity Stone. With so many Calamity Stones, do you think the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and the others would dare to take them? Ling Yun said, even the Space God is afraid of this kind of Calamity Stone. Qin Yun sighed and said, but I feel somewhat apologetic. Ling Yun said with a smile, little Yun, since you can obtain it, it means that this is your opportunity and you deserve it. If you feel bad, just give some to the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and put it into his Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin formation. All right, Qin Yun thought for a moment and took out 9 Divine Universe Goldstones. Although they're only the size of rice grains, they are very heavy. He placed these 9 Divine Universe Goldstones in a box made of dragon eggshell. He walked out of the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and came to the hall outside. This is the residence of the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and the Red Sun Dragon Mother. Qin Yun quickly found the Red Sun Dragon Mother. The immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor is in a spacious underground stone room, fiddling with the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin formation. He is very serious about studying it. He did not even notice Qin Yun and the Red Sun Dragon Mother coming in. Xiao Fuyun, what is the use of the base of these stone tablets? There are no runes on them. The immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with a frown, could it be that I didn't discover the use of the base? Qin Yun said with a smile, Senior, these bases are made of some special materials. They can effectively prevent the fluctuations of the Divine Universe Goldstones from leaking out. Ah, really? No wonder the Alliance Army and those guys from the Outer Heaven Domain said that they couldn't sense your Divine Universe Goldstones. They said that you hid them in a special space or something. The immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with a smile, I knew that you must have brought such an important treasure with you. Previously, the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor and the others were together with the Alliance army and the variant dragon race. Qin Yun said, "Senior, in order to fight against the Divine Universe Evil Dragon, I used the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation. If anyone mentions it in the future, tell them that I gave it to you." "All right." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor nodded and said with smile, "We can still protect this Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation." Red Sun Dragon Mother said with smile, "With this Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation, we don't need to look at the faces of the Imperial Dragon Race and the Outer Heaven Domain's Dragon Race." The Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation can raise the status of the Dragon Race. Qin Yun stood among the Nine Dragon Rune Heavenly Steel, took out a box, and handed it over to the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor. "What is this?" After receiving it, the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said in shock, "It's so heavy. Could it be Divine Universe Golden Stone?" The Red Sun Dragon Mother said in low voice, "Quickly control the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation, suppress the Divine Universe Golden Stone's energy, and then open it." Qin Yun said with smile. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor opened the box and saw a dazzling light shoot out. He immediately exclaimed in surprise, "Nine Divine Universe Golden Stone." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor exclaimed in surprise. His face is filled with shock. He looked at the Red Sun Dragon Mother. The Red Sun Dragon Mother said, "Xiao Fuyun, your great Divine Universe Golden Stone is broken. Put these Nine Divine Universe Golden Stones into the Nine Heavenly Steel. It can make the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation even stronger." Qin Yun said, "No, this is a Calamity Stone. I am worried that my dragon race won't be able to handle it." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor shook his head and sighed. Looking at his appearance, he also wants it very much, but he doesn't dare to. "Xiao Fuyun, you can restrain this kind of Calamity Stone. You should keep it." The Red Sun Dragon Mother closed the lid and said with smile, "We don't need it. Don't worry. The base of these steels can completely suppress the fluctuations of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. As long as they don't sense it, they won't be targeted by those fellows from the Outer Heaven Domain." Qin Yun said, "Besides, with the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation, why would we be afraid of the Alliance army attacking?" "That's true." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor nodded and then looked at the Red Sun Dragon Mother. The Red Sun Dragon Mother is hesitating. Of course, she wants these Divine Universe Golden Stones, but she is also somewhat worried. In the end, they decided to accept the Nine Divine Universe Golden Stones. But they don't plan to use them for the time being and keep them in the box. In order to reassure them, Qin Yun took out a slightly larger box made of dragon eggshell and said, "This way, it will be even safer. As long as you don't tell anyone, absolutely no one will know that you have so many Divine Universe Golden Stones." Just as Ling Yin guessed before, even the powerful immortal desolate Dragon Emperor and the Red Sun Dragon Mother have great misgivings about the Divine Universe Golden Stones. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor and the Red Sun Dragon Mother are now much more at ease. With the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation, we are indeed no longer afraid of the Alliance army and the variant dragon race. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said, "Even if they attack together, we can still defeat them. The Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation can display even more power in the hands of the dragon race." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor put away the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation and handed it over to the Red Sun Dragon Mother for safekeeping. Back then, the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor and the Red Sun Dragon Mother were separated because of the damage of the Nine Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation. Now that they have reconciled, the immortal desolate dragon race can become even more powerful. Qin Yun and the two elders walked out of the underground stone room. When they arrived at the hall, they saw more than 10 elders sitting in the hall. When a dozen or so elders saw Qin Yun immediately took his leave and hurriedly left. "Damn it, I've been discovered." Qin Yun hurriedly left the hall. The people he saw just now are all seniors from the Inscription family and the Inscription world. This group of people were previously received by the Heaven Creation City's inscription palace, but they actually appeared here. After Qin Yun left, an old man said in surprise, "Great Dragon Emperor, that young man just now, was he Qin Yun?" The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said in a deep voice, "It's Qin Yun. Don't tell anyone about him being here." At this time, an old man said in a strange tone, "Qin Yun has a very large divine universe golden stone in his hands. I talked to the palace master about this before. He said that the divine universe golden stone is very useful to the entire heaven city." "Who are you?" The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor's expression was ice cold as he said loudly, "Why are you so talkative and want to tell others about Qin Yun? I am from the Gao family of the immortal desolate inscription world." Qin Yun appeared in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range and became enemies with the heaven-defying sect. You and I both know very well how powerful the heaven-defying sect is. I told the upper echelons of the Divine Inscription Palace to let them pay attention to this matter, so that Qin Yun and the Divine Universe Golden Stone don't fall into the hands of the heaven-defying sect. The old man said. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said coldly, "Then are you going to tell others about Qin Yun in the Heaven City?" The old man sneered, "Of course. You should know better than me how powerful the Heaven City is. The Heaven City has been good to us and can let us profit from the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. We should be loyal to the Heaven City. Great Emperor Dragon, don't tell me you want to silence me? Then come, I'm not afraid of you." The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor clenched his fist and smashed the table beside him. He suddenly appeared in front of the old man in a flash. Although the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor was an old man, he was tall and sturdy. Coupled with his dragon might, his aura was very frightening. He grabbed the old man's throat, his face filled with killing intent. "Senior, stop!" Qin Yun suddenly returned. He also sensed the killing intent of the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor and immediately returned. He felt that the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor might kill for him. If the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor really made a move, the consequences would be severe. Qin Yun did not want the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor to be targeted by the Heaven City because of him. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor also stopped. After Qin Yun entered, he said to the old man, "I am Qin Yun. The Divine Universe Golden Stone is with me." Chapter 1858. Surrender the Calamity. Stone immortal desolate Dragon Emperor was a little angry. He shouted at the old man, "Where his Divine Universe Golden Stone is, what does it have to do with you?" The others did not dare to speak because they did not want to be enemies with the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor, nor did they want to be enemies with Qin Yun. Qin Yun had obtained the approval of most of the seniors in the inscription world, and his style of doing things was also very impressive. "Heaven Creation City want my Divine Universe Metal Stone?" Qin Yun was very calm. He walked over to support the angry, immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor and let them sit down. "That's right. That's what the Hall Master of the Divine Inscription Palace told me. Heaven City needed Divine Universe Golden Stone very much, especially that very large Divine Universe metal rock in your hands." The old man said, "Qin Yun, if you hand over that Divine Universe Golden Stone, it will also be beneficial to you." After Qin Yun sat down, he said with a faint smile, "You are mistaken. The Divine Universe Golden Stone in my hand is not big, is not as big as you think. It doesn't matter if it's big or not. As long as it's a Divine Universe Golden Stone, it's useful to Heaven City. If you hand it over, Heaven City will also give you a good reward." The old man really wanted to facilitate this transaction because it would allow him to obtain the appreciation of the Divine Inscription Palace's palace master. "What reward?" asked Qin Yun. "It's not easy for you to come to the Cloud Dragon Mountain range, and you are enemies with the Heaven-defying sect. The Heaven-defying sect is currently with the Alliance Army, the Devil Immortal Great Emperor, and the Immortal Desolate Great Emperor." The old man said, "Do you want me to trade with the Heaven Creation City's Divine Inscription Palace, or with the Heaven Creation Divine Palace, or the Nine Yang Divine Palace?" Qin Yun looked at the immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor and said, "Can the divine inscription palace represent the entire Heaven Creation City?" Of course not. The biggest one in Heaven Creation City is the Heaven Creating Deity Palace. Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor replied, "If you really want to make a deal, exchange with the Heaven Creating Divine Palace. I will take the lead." The immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor was not stupid. He already knew Qin Yun's intentions. Qin Yun can take out 9 Divine Universe Golden Stones for his dragon race. It means that he has other Divine Universe Golden Stones in his hands. As long as he takes out one more and gives it to the Heaven Creation Divine Palace, he can stay in Heaven Creation City and send away the few powers in Heaven Creation City. This was Qin Yun's plan. This was also the plan he suddenly thought of to escape after being seen by those elders. In that box, he had seen relatively large Divine Universe Gold Stones that were much larger than normal grains of rice. No matter who it was a very large piece of Divine Universe metal. In any case, he had a lot of Divine Universe Gold Stones now, so it didn't matter if he gave one away. Moreover, he did not give it for free. He wanted to discuss conditions with the Heaven Creating Deity Palace in exchange for some useful things. The old man from the Gao clan had an ugly expression on his face as he snorted and left the hall. Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor chuckled, looked at the other elders, and asked, "Fellow inscription master friends, why have you come to find me?" "It's like this. We want to ask your dragon race if there are any relatively complete dragon totems." "We need 9 complete dragon totems," an old man said. "Sai, there are only 4 types of dragon totem beasts in our dragon tribe: Fire Dragon, Water Dragon, Wood Dragon, and Yellow Dragon." Red Sun Dragon Queen sighed. "The Wood Dragon and the Yellow Dragon aren't part of the 9 dragons. I didn't expect that your immortal, desolate dragon race would also lack dragon totems." The old man sighed. These old inscription masters quickly got up, cupped their hands, and bid farewell. "Since everyone has come, you can't possibly leave empty-handed, right?" Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor smiled and said, "We are all in the same camp. Although the dragon totems in my hands are not complete, they are still dragon totems." After speaking, he took out 4 bee skins and handed them over to the inscription masters. "Many thanks, great Dragon Emperor. We have all these dragon totems," an old man quickly said gratefully. Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor and Red Sun Dragon Queen could only express their regret and send them out. After they left, Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor kept the beast skins. "Senior, you should have a complete set of 9 dragon totems, right?" Qin Yun said. "Of course we do, but these guys are not honest. None of them said what they want dragon totems for. Moreover, they came together. It must be the Divine Inscription Palace who sent them." Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor snorted. After Qin Yun sat down, he said with smile, "The dragon totems you want to give them are all common, right?" Red Sun Dragon Queen shook her head and said with smile, "Xiao Fuyun, Fire Dragon and Water Dragon totems are not common. Don't look down on dragon totems. Xiao Fuyun can even make dragon heavenly runes. Naturally, he won't look down on dragon totems." Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor laughed and said. Red Sun Dragon Queen suddenly said with stern expression, "Xiao Fuyun, do you really plan to give the Divine Universe Golden Stone to the Heaven Creation God Palace?" "Yes." Princess Anya was taken away by an old man from the Heaven Creation God Palace. "I want to see her." Qin Yun said, "I am in Heaven Creation City. Sooner or later, I will be recognized. It is better to settle this matter as soon as possible. Heaven Creation God Palace people are easy to talk to. If you give them the Divine Universe Golden Stone, they will not treat you unfairly." Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor said, "I am worried that they will covet my son's soul." Qin Yun said with a bitter smile, "I have too many good things in my hands. There must be something that they will covet, right? Don't worry about this. Sun soul is not necessary. What's more, the sun souls in your hands are all dead sun souls. What's the use of them coming?" Immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor said, "Let's go. I will bring you to find the Heaven Creation God Palace people. Maybe I have a way to make them come over." Qin Yun smiled and said, I will directly take out the divine universe golden stone. How about it? Sure. This way we don't need to run over. Immortal desolate Dragon Emperor smiled and said, we are in the territory of the Heaven Creation God Palace. They will definitely be the fastest. Qin Yun took out the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and entered it. He released the 9-dragon Heavenly Origin Formation and opened the box. He took out a Divine Universe Golden Stone that is 5 times the size of a rice grain. Then he entered a 3-layer space and released the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Within the 3-layer space, the fluctuation released by the Divine Universe Golden Stone is very strong. Not only can Heaven Creation City sense it, the entire Cloud Dragon Mountain range, even Immortal Desolate, Sacred Desolate, and Divine Desolate can sense it. Qin Yun placed the Divine Universe Golden Stone in a box with a spatial barrier and then came out of the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. He put away the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and came to the hall. He saw an old man wearing luxurious blue brocade clothes sitting in the hall drinking tea, talking and laughing with the Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor. The people of the Heaven Creation God Palace arrived faster than Qin Yun expected. This must be the sect Master Qin of the Inscription Gate, right? After the old man saw Qin Yun, he put down his teacup, stood up with a gentle smile, and said to Qin Yun, I am indeed. Qin Yun cupped his hands and laughed at himself. I am no longer the sect master of the Inscription Gate. My Inscription Gate is finished. What? I heard that your Inscription Gate's divine mountain is very powerful. The old man said in shock. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, Xiao Fuyun, this is Elder Situ of the Heaven Creation God Palace. Elder Situ asked, Little brother Qin, could it be that your Inscription Gate was destroyed by the Heaven-defying sect? Elder Situ already learned from the Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor that Qin Yun wants to hand over his Divine Universe Golden Stone. A trifling heaven-defying sect is still unable to destroy my Inscription Gate. Its Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Qin Yun's brows creased and sighed. My Inscription Gate was destroyed by that guy whose body is covered in rotten flesh. Elder Situ's face was originally full of smile, but when he heard Qin Yun mention Divine Universe Evil Dragon, his expression suddenly changed. He said in deep voice, Little brother Qin, did you see Divine Universe Evil Dragon up close? Qin Yun nodded and said, I hate that bastard to death. It's not easy for you to escape. You are indeed very capable. Elder Situ's expression became grave. He sat down and said, Divine Universe Evil Dragon is stronger than we expected. We thought that he only has bones left, but he actually has a lot of rotten flesh. Qin Yun said, Elder Situ, Divine Universe Evil Dragon knows that I have Divine Universe Golden Stone. He won't let me off. Moreover, I have a group of enemies. They're also in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range. Elder Situ waved his hand and said, Don't worry. Those guys can't enter Heaven Creation City. Divine Universe Evil Dragon also won't dare to approach. Divine Universe Golden Stone is very precious. If I only use it to exchange for a place to stay, it will be too much of a loss for me. Qin Yun said, I want to see how big your Divine Universe Golden Stone is. It won't be too late to negotiate after seeing the goods. Elder Situ faintly smiled and said, Little brother Qin, don't worry. Our Heaven Creation Divine Palace will not let you suffer a loss. Qin Yun took out a small box and handed it over to Elder Situ. He said, It's not as big as the rumors say. Elder Situ, don't be disappointed. Oh, that's right, you can't directly open it. It will run away. Elder Situ said, We also have a good understanding of Divine Universe Golden Stone. It won't run away. He took out a talisman, controlled it to float in the air, and released a white light beam on the box. Then he slowly opened the box. After the box was opened, it didn't burst out with strong light. It is clearly suppressed by the talisman. Qin Yun also clicked his tongue in wonder. This Heaven Creation Divine Palace is indeed very skillful. Elder Situ opened the small box and saw the Divine Universe Golden Stone. The smile on his face is also very bright. He said with a smile, Not bad, not bad. Big enough, big enough. Rumor has it that my divine universe golden stone is as big as a human head. Qin Yin shook his head and smiled. Those who understand divine universe golden stone know that it is absolutely impossible. A divine universe golden stone as big as this one is already considered to be rarely seen in 1,000,000 years. Elder Sidhu said, "To be that big, I am very surprised." Qin Yin laughed. His real divine universe golden stone would definitely be so big that it would make Elder Sidhu doubt his life. After Elder Sidhu closed the lid, he returned it to Qin Yin, indicating that he will not forcibly take it for himself. "Little brother Qin, what do you want?" "This divine universe golden stone is very precious. We must properly discuss how to exchange it," Elder Sidhu said very seriously. "I want to quickly become stronger. Then I want to know the secrets of the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Also, I want to learn some Dao Yin runes." Qin Yin said, "This city's Dao Yin runes are very good." And Elder Sidhu asked, Chapter 1859. 9 Desolate Divine Saber. Elder Sidhu laughed heartily a few times, shook his head, and said, "Little brother Qin, you are truly a strange person. You actually want me to teach you how to open your lion's mouth?" Qin Yin chuckled and said, "Elder Sidhu, didn't you just say that you wouldn't let me suffer a loss?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, who was at the side, also said with smile, "Elder Sidhu, this brat is an honest person. Don't cheat him. He is indeed quite honest." Elder Sidhu said with smile, "I can satisfy all the conditions you mentioned before. If it's just those conditions, then our Heaven Creation Divine Palace has taken a great advantage of you." Elder Sidhu drank his tea, thought for a moment, and said, "Little brother Qin, you should not lack anything but strength. If you want to break through quickly, my Heaven Creation Divine Palace can help you, but the exact situation will depend on you." "That's no problem," Qin Yin said. "My talent is not bad. Our Heaven Creation Divine Palace has a very powerful saber. Do you want it?" Elder Sidhu said, "Are you a saber user?" "I will often use sabers. Hammer, saber, stick, I will often use them all." Qin Yin nodded and said, "How powerful is your saber?" Elder Sidhu put down his teacup, slightly frowned, and said, "Little brother Qin, although that saber is powerful, there is a bit of a problem. As for what the problem is, we don't know." "A saber with a problem?" Qin Yin and Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor looked at each other. "I heard that little brother Qin is a very amazing inscription master. Maybe you can find the problem," Elder Sidhu said. "Elder Sidhu, what you mean is that because there's a problem with that saber, your Heaven Creation Divine Palace doesn't want it, right?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor promptly said, "If your Heaven Creation Divine Palace can't find the problem, then Xiaofian definitely won't be able to find it either. Aren't you just swindling him?" Elder Sidhu waved his hand and said, "That saber is a divine saber used by the 9 sons royal families of the Arch to conquer the 3,000 heavens. It looks tattered now, but we all know that that saber is only temporary. It will be restored in the future." The Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor smiled. "No matter how glorious his achievements are, a broken sword is a broken sword. Little Floating Cloud is not a trash boss. He doesn't have a hobby of picking up trash. Forget it. Great Emperor Dragon, that saber was refined from the materials inside the Nether Sun. Just the materials are very scarce. Otherwise, where would you go to get the materials for the Nether Sun core?" Elder Sidhu said very seriously, "Apart from fighting in the 3,000 heavens, that saber also has many glorious achievements." When Qin Yin heard about the material of Nether Sun core, he immediately recalled the box containing half a box of Divine Universe Golden Stones. That box was refined from Nether Sun core. "Is that saber very broken?" asked Qin Yin with a frown. "It's not broken. It's just that there are some cracks on the blade, and the edge is not sharp enough. Furthermore, the saber is very light. When I hold it in my hand, I don't feel any weight," Elder Sidhu said. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor looked at Qin Yin and said in low voice, "Little Floating Cloud, don't be fooled by him. He knows you are an inscription master. That's why he deliberately tricked you." Elder Sidhu shook his head and sighed. "Little brother Qin, I will think about what else I can give you." "Does that saber have a name?" Qin Yun asked again. "It's called Nine Desolate Divine Saber," Elder Sidhu said with bitter smile. "In short, our Heaven Creation Divine Palace is unable to repair this saber. If we can exchange it for your Divine Universe Golden Stone, we will definitely be willing." Qin Yun's heart jumped. Isn't Nine Desolate Divine Saber one of the three things that Dark Knight Princess is looking for? The Nine Sun Divine Spirit is in his hands, and the Nine Divine Spirit is in Siekaru's hands. This Nine Desolate Divine Saber is actually in the hands of the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. "Can you let me see the saber? We will talk after I see the goods," Qin Yun said. "All right, wait for me. I will be back immediately." Elder Sidhu immediately stood up and left. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor fiercely jumped up and said anxiously, "Little floating cloud, you are very astute. How could you be fooled by that old guy?" Qin Yun said with smile, "Senior, Nine Desolate Divine Saber is very important to me. I must obtain it. Don't worry, if it is truly Nine Desolate Divine Saber, it will definitely be worth it." "Really? Nine Desolate Divine Saber sounds very powerful, but I have never heard of it," Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with frown. He said that he conquered 3,000 heavenly domains. "I always feel that he is just bragging." Qin Yun said with smile, "Wait until I see the saber. Don't worry, I won't be tricked." Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor sighed, sat down, and said with smile, "That's right, for an old fox like you. It would be good if you don't trick others. My worry is really unnecessary." After waiting for half an hour, Elder Sidhu arrived. "Elder Sidhu, didn't you say you would be back soon?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with smile. "A3, something happened. There is a woman with complete Nine-Sun royal family bloodline. She wanted to take the saber away, but we didn't give it to her. But her identity is special. We can't do anything to her. We were in a deadlock with her for a long time." Elder Sidhu said. Qin Yun, an Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, immediately thought of Princess Anya. "Why didn't you give it to her?" Qin Yun asked. "This saber cannot be given to someone with Nine-Sun bloodline," Elder Sidhu said. "Are you all sick? Didn't you just say that the Nine Desolate Divine Saber belongs to the Nine-Sun Royal Family Emperor? Why can't it be given to someone with Nine-Sun bloodline?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor feels that it is somewhat funny and said. After Elder Sidhu sat down, he took out a rectangular box and sighed. "Great Dragon the Arch, you don't know this. The Nine Suns royal families the Arch used this saber to start a massacre, and more than half of the kings in the Nine Suns royal family were killed. Was it for a woman?" Qin Yun recalled that story and said, "I heard it was for Nine-Sun Divine Maiden." "Little brother Qin, you know a lot about the history of the Nine-Sun royal family. Ordinary people don't know about this kind of thing." Elder Sidhu is somewhat shocked. Qin Yun said with smile, "So it's true?" Elder Sidhu shook his head and smiled. "Yes, because of a woman, the Nine-Sun royal family fell into internal chaos and declined. Of course, there are also many external factors at that time. However, in summary, it was because of that woman that the Nine-Sun royal family fell into discord and were unable to unite to face foreign enemies." After saying that, he opened the box. Qin Yun saw the Nine Desolate Divine Saber. After Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor saw it, he curled his lips in disgust. The Nine Desolate Divine Saber is black-gray, is a long saber. It is not very big. It can be considered a relatively slender saber. It looks no different from some large swords. There are cracks on the saber's body. The blade is not sharp at all. What is inconceivable is that the saber's blade is curved. If you use your hand to forcefully slide the blade, you can feel that it is very smooth. There is no blade edge at all. It's not that I look down on this saber. To be honest, any saber I make out of iron is sharper than this." Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said with smile. Qin Yun is holding the saber. It doesn't have any weight at all. It is a very strange feeling. Although the saber doesn't look very big, it should have some weight. But after holding in his hand, it feels like he is holding an illusory thing. Let me see, Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said. Qin Yun handed it over. After receiving it, Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor shouted, "Why is it so light? It is even lighter than paper." While speaking, he formed a palm blade with one hand and chopped at the 9 Desolate Divine Saber. "Don't act recklessly," Elder Situ shouted in alarm. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor's palm blade has already landed, and a 9 Desolate Divine Saber has actually been cut into 2 by his palm. "Aya, is this the 9 Desolate Divine Saber?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor is somewhat doubting life and said, "This saber, is it really used by the 9 Sun royal family's clan emperor to conquer the 3,000 heavenly domains?" The strange thing was that the broken saber was actually floating in the air because it was too light. Qin Yun said, "I'll exchange it." He handed over the box containing the Divine Universe Golden Stone to Elder Situ. "This? Really?" Elder Situ does not dare to believe it and said, "This saber is broken." "It's fine. It was already very broken anyway," Qin Yun said with a smile. "I have a very strong interest in this saber. It's worth studying it in depth." "All right, from now on this saber is yours. Do as you please." After Elder Situ finished speaking, he immediately said, "Remember, you must not give it to the 9 Sun royal family." Qin Yun nodded and said, "I understand. If I really give it to the 9 Sun royal family, what will the consequences be?" "Consequences? I also don't know. In short, this is the ancestral teaching," Elder Situ said. After Qin Yun put away the 9 Desolate Divine Saber, he said, "Elder Situ, you won't be thinking about my son's soul, right?" Elder Situ waved his hand and said, No, your son's soul is dead son's soul. We won't take it. In our Heaven Creation God Palace, there are 3 elders who possess ancient sun soul, and they are all alive." Qin Yun also felt a lot more at ease. "Elder Situ, can you tell me the secret of the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range?" Qin Yun said, "What exactly is sealed in the Immortal Graveyard? I heard that there are things left behind by the 9 Yang Divine Palace and the 9 Sun Royal Family." Elder Situ said, "Let's put it this way. Every era will seal something inside. As for what is sealed, my Heaven Creation Divine Palace is not clear. That is the responsibility of the 9 Yang Divine Palace." "Heaven Creation City's 9 Yang Divine Palace?" Qin Yun said in shock. "Yes. However, the 9 Yang Divine Palace of Heaven Creation City also do not know what they are sealing. They only received instructions and then obtained a few large and small boxes. When the Immortal Graveyard appears, they will go in and put the things inside," Elder Situ said. "They also do not know where the Immortal Graveyard is exactly," Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said. "Then who gave the instructions?" Elder Situ pointed up and said, "Heaven." "Who is the heaven?" Qin Yun asked. "I don't know." In short, the 9 Yang Divine Palace does not dare to defy the will of the heavens. Elder Situ sighed. "Then why are you still called Heaven Creation City?" Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor laughed. "The 2 words Heaven Creation, aren't you afraid of being punished by the heavens?" Elder Situ said with a smile, "Great Emperor Dragon, you might not know this, but this Heaven Creation City has existed for a long time. It existed before the 9 suns and 9 desolates. I only know that Heaven Creation City has truly succeeded in creating the heavens. Of course, we don't know anything about the history of the Heaven Creation era. That history has been erased. There are only so many secrets in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range." Elder Situ looked at Qin Yun and said, "Little brother Qin, are you satisfied?" Qin Yun nodded and said, "If I think of something, I'll ask you again. That should be fine, right?" "Sure. Next, we will teach you some Tao evolution runes and open up a path for you to become stronger quickly. You have to walk the path of cultivation on your own. We can't guarantee whether or not you can walk it," Elder Situ said. Chapter 1860. Heavenly Creation Palace Elder Sidhu learned that Qin Yun and Princess Anya are friends and is startled. He is unable to answer Qin Yun for a moment because this matter is of great importance. Elder Sidhu, I will never give her the 9 desolate divine saber. Qin Yun saw Elder Sidhu's shocked expression and solemnly promised. Qin Yun and Princess Anya are friends. This matter will be known sooner or later because he entered the city with Princess Anya. Moreover, the people of Nine Sun Palace know that he and Princess Anya know each other. They also know that he used the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to awaken Princess Anya's true 9-sun bloodline. These matters will definitely not be concealed for long. Little brother Qin, this matter is of great importance. I need to discuss it with the other elders. Elder Sidhu frowned and shook his head. I can't decide this matter by myself. If you can decide to give me the 9 desolate divine saber, why can't you decide to let me see my friend? Qin Yun said, How about this? I will leave the 9 desolate divine saber with you first. After I meet with my friend, you can give it to me. All right. Elder Sidhu is also worried that Qin Yun will give the 9 desolate divine saber to Princess Anya. Although he doesn't know what will happen if Princess Anya obtains the 9 desolate divine saber, because it is the ancestral teaching, he must follow it. As long as he knows, he must put an end to it. Otherwise, he will be the scapegoat in the future. Qin Yun can only return the 9 desolate divine saber to Elder Sidhu. I'll bring her here. Elder Sidhu said, Wait a moment. Heaven Creation Divine Palace is very close to here. After Elder Sidhu left, Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, Xiao Fuyun, is that saber really reliable? You are actually willing to use such a big divine universe golden stone to exchange for such a broken thing. I still don't know how to repair it for the time being, but I have confidence that I can repair it. Qin Yun said, That saber is not simple. This time, Elder Sidhu arrived very quickly and brought Princess Anya over. Qin Yun and Princess Anya want to discuss some matters in secret and entered the secret room together. Elder Sidhu had nothing to worry about, because the divine blade of 9 wilderness was still in his hands. After entering the secret room, Princess Yi very anxiously said to Qin Yun, I have the whereabouts of the 9 desolate divine saber. It is in the hands of the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. That saber is actually in their hands. It should have belonged to you. Why is it mine? Asked Qin Yun. My vague memory is like this. Anyway, that saber is very important to me. You must get it. Princess Yi put her hands on Qin Yun's shoulders and said in a deep voice, No matter what, you have to get it. Qin Yun considered for a moment and said, That saber is already mine. What? Show me. Princess Anya was very surprised. Not in my hands for the time being. Qin Yun looked at the door and then told Princess Anya what had happened. Hearing this, Princess Anya was relieved. Princess, what's going on with you? What is your relationship with the Heaven Creation Divine Palace? Qin Yun was very curious. Are you under house arrest? More or less. In short, I want to stay in the Heaven Creation Divine Palace for a period of time. You should take advantage of this time to become stronger. When it's about time, I can immediately help you cultivate a powerful sun core. Princess Yi said. She didn't say anything about her relationship with the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. Obviously, she didn't want to tell Qin Yun. Qin Yun said, That saber is seriously damaged. Do you know how to repair it? Princess Yi thought for a moment, then shook her head and said, I don't know for the time being. I will definitely know in the future. She doesn't have complete memory, so she just doesn't know for the time being. Qin Yun took out the bloodline heavenly pattern box and said, Princess, do you know this box? Princess Yi took a look and said in surprise, I know it, but she quickly took it and looked at it. She tried very hard to remember something, but she couldn't remember anything. Can you open it? Qin Yun asked. This is the bloodline heavenly pattern. The condition to open the box is to first have the same bloodline. Princess Yi looked very carefully, and at the same time, she is also recalling. Apart from this condition, are there any other conditions? Qin Yun quickly asked. Princess Yi actually knows this box. She used to be the nine-son divine maiden and help the nine-son royal family. She should know many secrets of the nine-son royal family. Qin Yun, you must keep this box well. I can't open it for the time being, but I can tell you with certainty that my bloodline is the same as the bloodline heavenly pattern on this box. I have the first condition to open the box. As for how to open it, I don't know yet. Princess Yi said. This box is... Qin Yun said. Did the immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor give it to you? Princess Yi guessed because Qin Yun said before that the immortal, desolate Dragon Emperor would give him a dragon race treasure to thank him. Indeed, Qin Yun nodded and said, Princess, what exactly is inside this box? Very important thing. My memory is too vague. I don't know what it is for the time being. Princess Yi is also very anxious. She cursed in low voice. Most of my missing memories are related to my life as the nine-son divine maiden. Truly damnable. Legend has it that the nine-son divine maiden was transformed from the moon. Some also said that she was born from the moon. Qin Yun said, it's more or less the same. In short, my birth is related to the moon. Princess Yi sighed and said, only by entering the immortal graveyard can I know the specific situation. Qin Yun saw Princess Yi, and his harvest is not small. At least he knows that the box can be opened and the nine desolate divine saber can be repaired. Princess, if the nine desolate divine saber is repaired, do you want it? Qin Yun said, I will return it to you after I finish using it. When you find the nine-son divine spirit and the nine-yin divine spirit, I will only borrow them. I will never take yours. Princess Yi said, those three things are very important to me. Qin Yun nodded and said, I know. Oh, that's right. You're under house arrest in the Heaven Creation Divine Palace. If you're not happy, I will take you away from the Heaven Creation City. How about it? No way. The Cloud Dragon Mountain Range will undergo great changes. The Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon will break the seal and lead a large group of powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters to occupy the entire Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Princess Yi shook her head and said, we have to stay in the Heaven Creation City and become stronger. The Heaven Creation City has a method to deal with evil spirits and heavenly monsters. We have to master this method. That's true. I'm just worried that you'll be unhappy being under house arrest. Qin Yun said with a smile. Princess Yi has been sealed for many years. It doesn't matter. I'm used to it. Princess Yi faintly sighed and then sternly warned. Qin Yun, you must make good use of this time in the Heaven Creation City to improve yourself. If you want to save your parents, you must enter the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. At that time, you will face all kinds of powerful enemies. Got it. Qin Yun nodded. Also, you must pay attention to yourself. Don't fall into that kind of state. You are finished. Everything is finished. Princess Yi is also very worried about Qin Yun. She placed her hands on his shoulders, and her tone is very stern. Qin Yun also seriously nodded. The two hurriedly finished talking and walked out of the secret room. Elder Situ is very cautious. After he sent Princess Yi back, he returned the nine desolate divine saber to Qin Yun. Immortal desolate Dragon Emperor chuckled and said, Elder Situ, they might be a couple. It's not like we can't let them meet in the future, right? Elder Situ said with a smile, if they meet in private in the future, that's their business. I don't know. It has nothing to do with me. His meaning is also very clear. If he knew, he would definitely stop it because this way, he wouldn't have any psychological burden. Under the circumstances where he doesn't know, Qin Yun and Princess Yi's meeting, even if it leads to any consequences, it has nothing to do with him. Qin Yun said, Elder Situ, Princess Yi just said that there will be a great change in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Is that right? The people that our Heaven Creation City sent to investigate have sent back news that Divine Universe Evil Dragon is gathering a large number of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters to form a super sect right inside the Evil Dragon City. Elder Situ sighed and said, next, there will be a fight. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor asked, who is Divine Universe Evil Dragon's target? Is it this heaven creation city? Elder Situ shook his head and said, No, his target is the immortal graveyard. There is something he is looking for inside. Chinya now knows that there are many things sealed in the immortal graveyard that are related to many people. For example, his 8 spirits and 9 spirits, Princess Inye's 8 spirits and 8 spirits, Siekaru's broken god position, and his father Qinlong's true body. In addition, there are also things that other people are looking for. The things left behind by the 9-son royal family are also very important. Elder Situ, how are you going to help Xiao Fuyin become stronger quickly? Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said. Is it reliable? Don't harm him. Elder Situ looked at Qin Yun and said, Little brother Qin, you are now a 2nd-level immortal emperor. How strong do you want to become? Elder Situ looked at Qin Yun and said, Little brother Qin, you are now a 2nd-level immortal emperor. How strong do you want to become? Qin Yun said, In Heaven Creation City, there is a Heaven Creation Palace. In the Heaven Creation Palace, from 1st-level immortal emperor to peak immortal emperor, most people only need 10 years. Elder Situ said, 10 years? Very fast. Will there be other problems, such as unstable foundation? Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said worriedly. Back then, Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor took a very long time to grow up. Because he is a dragon, he could be considered relatively fast. If he was a human, then the cultivation time needed would be even longer. To be able to reach the peak of 1st-level Immortal Emperor in 10 years. This is extremely fast. Not fast. In the Heaven Creation Palace, this is very slow. Elder Situ said with a smile. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor laughed. Keep bragging. I don't believe that most people would only need 10 years. 10 years is just like sleeping time for me. Without tens of thousands of years of accumulation, it would be difficult to become a truly powerful immortal emperor. Chapter 1861. The Soul of the Saber. All right, let me go in. Qin Yin said, Well, I have to suffer a lot. You don't have to suffer. You'll know when you go in. But I have to say in advance, the rules of the Heaven Creation Mansion are very strict. You can't mess around inside. Elder Situ had investigated Qin Yun and knew that Qin Yun was a troublemaker. Qin Yun nodded and said, I promise I won't mess around. Elder Situ said, If you want to enter the Heaven Creation Mansion, you need to pass a series of tests. But because your situation is special, you can go in without taking the test. Of course, if you encounter any setbacks in the Heaven Creation Mansion in the future, or if you can't keep up, that's your own business. Qin Yun felt that he was a genius, and his comprehension was extremely high. He would definitely be able to keep up. He smiled confidently and said, I will definitely be fine. Oh, right. After entering the Heaven Creation Mansion, there will be no need for additional expenses, right? No need. In the Heaven Creation Mansion, we will provide you with sufficient resources regularly. Elder Siddha said. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor suddenly became curious and asked, Elder Siddhu, how many resources does the Heaven Creation Mansion give? Elder Situ smiled faintly and said, Saint Pill. Every day, there are 2 Saint Pills for strengthening the body and Saint Pills for strengthening the soul and spirit. Really? It's free? Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor's eyes widened. Can I go? I can give you a spot in the assessment, but you may not be able to pass. Elder Siddhu smiled and said, It's not that I'm belittling you. In fact, even a majority of people in Heaven Creation City can't pass the assessment. Qin Yin curled his lips and said, Elder Situ, in your eyes, am I also unable to pass the assessment? Elder Situ nodded and said, Yes. You can't even complete half of the assessment, I'm very sure. Qin Yin was very unconvinced and said, Then let me take the assessment. I won't allow you to do that. Otherwise, it will be a great blow to you. Elder Siddhu said, In short, after you enter the Heaven Creation Mansion, eat the Saint Pill they give you every day and refine it well. Don't worry about anything else. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor was also very unconvinced and said, Arrange it for me. I will take the assessment, and I will show you. Elder Sidhu said, the disciples who can enter the heaven-creating mansion are all rare geniuses made by the heavens. Even so, they had to go through all kinds of training before they could pass the assessment. I don't believe that my old bones can compare to those youngsters. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor was very competitive. After all, he was a dragon, a very proud dragon. Qin Yun could only follow Elder Sidhu's instructions and enter Heaven City first. Elder Sidhu, where do the disciples of Heaven City come from? Qin Yun asked. Divine Inscription Palace, Nine-Yang Divine Palace, Heaven Creation Divine Palace are the top geniuses of these three powers. Elder Sidhu said, in Heaven Creation City, you can also learn inscription. It seems that this Heaven Creation Mansion is really a good place. Qin Yun said with a smile. If you hadn't given the Divine Universe Goldstone to us, you wouldn't have been able to enter at all. Furthermore, no one has ever been able to enter without passing the test. Elder Sidhu smiled and said, you should know that even if others pass the assessment and enter, they have to pay a huge price every year. This made Qin Yun look forward to it even more. Elder Sidhu, how fast can one cultivate inside? Qin Yun only wants to quickly become stronger and then deal with the Divine Universe Evil Dragon. First level Immortal Emperor. After 1 year, you'll be a 9th level Immortal Emperor. That is the fastest. Basically, it takes more than a month to break through 1 level. Elder Sidhu said. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said in shock. Is this true? To cultivate so fast, could it be that there are saint-level experts in Heaven Creation City? Elder Sidhu chuckled and said, of course there are. You can't imagine how powerful Heaven Creation City is. To advance from 1st level Immortal Emperor to 9th level in 1 year. This is the fastest cultivation speed of Heaven Creation Mansion. This made Qin Yun secretly look forward to it. He hastily said with smile, then quickly bring me there. Elder Sidhu nodded and said, follow me. The Heaven-Creating Mansion was not in the Heaven-Creating Deity Palace, but in another place. Heaven Creation City is very spacious. It can accommodate a large number of buildings, mountains, and rivers, yet it doesn't feel crowded. Qin Yun followed Elder Sidhu and arrived outside a villa. That is Heaven Creation Mansion. It doesn't look like there is anything special about it, but after you enter, you will be able to feel the atmosphere inside. Elder Sidhu said. Qin Yun followed Elder Sidhu and entered the door. When he entered, Qin Yun sensed that the 2 large men standing at the door have a very formidable power. That kind of power actually carried a faint divine power. It was very likely that the people in the Heaven-Creating Mansion were all soul cultivators, eating sacred pill and cultivating power with divine power aura. Qin Yun said in shock, how is this done? Heaven Creation Mansion has a great formation that can release the energy of Divine Universe Golden Stone. Then, through a special method, the energy of Divine Universe Golden Stone seeped into the spring water. When cultivating, you can use the spring water to soak in it. Adding the sacred pill we provide, you can quickly absorb the Divine Universe power. Elder Sidhu said. And the spring water is also mixed with a special medicinal liquid. Qin Yun absorbed the Divine Universe power and cultivated very quickly. However, he always felt that something was missing. This is mainly because he doesn't have enough understanding of Divine Universe Golden Stone. Elder Sidhu seems to have already informed the Heaven Creation Mansion. After he met with a middle-aged man, he took a token and handed it to Qin Yun to bind it with blood. After Qin Yun dripped his blood, he said in low voice, Elder, who is in charge of Heaven Creation Mansion? Heaven Creation Mansion is under Zhang Shangxian's responsibility. This sage is very powerful. You must be respectful to him. Elder Sidhu warned. I will take you to your residence now. In the eastern part of the villa, in a quiet garden, there are many independent small stone houses. Inside the small house, there is only a very closed secret room. This is the residence of the disciples of Heaven Creation Mansion. After Qin Yun came in, he said, "When I came, I saw that these small stone houses are distributed very regularly. It seems that they're on the node of a great formation. Yes, there's a great formation operating under these small houses. When you cultivate, you will know the benefits." Elder Sidhu said, "You are now a disciple of Heaven Creation Mansion. If you are in Heaven Creation Mansion, once you hear the bell sound, you must immediately go to the place where the bell sound is coming from." Chinyan said that. "What about the sacred pill? Tomorrow morning, 2 bottles will appear in the box hanging at your door. One bottle contains sacred pill, and the other bottle contains divine universe spring water." Elder Sidhu said, "Someone sent it? How considerate." Qin Yun said with smile, "No, it was sent through a teleportation formation. You can only open it with your identity jade token." Elder Sidhu walked out of the door and warned, "Little brother Qin, you must remember, don't cause trouble in Heaven Creation Mansion. If you want to cause trouble, do it after leaving Heaven Creation Mansion. At that time, it will be much more convenient for me to help you deal with it. Don't worry, as long as it is not some deep hatred, I won't act recklessly. Here, other people should be well-behaved, right?" Qin Yun said, "Their hands and feet are well-behaved, but their mouths are not." Elder Sidhu said, "If we bicker, I may not lose." Qin Yun chuckled. "Bickering is nothing. All right, I'll leave first." Elder Sidhu said, "If you have something to say, use this puppet bird to send me a message." Elder Sidhu gave Qin Yun a flying bird. Qin Yun said with a frown, "They can teleport me with sacred pill divine spring. Why can't they teleport? It used to be possible, but during this period of time, something suddenly happened. Only inside Heaven Creation Mansion still has the ability to teleport. Other places can't teleport." Elder Sidhu said. Qin Yun recalled that not long after he arrived at Divine Inscription Mountain, he couldn't teleport anymore. At first, Long Yuqing could use teleportation talisman, but it didn't take long for it to fail. Elder Sidhu left, and Qin Yun went to look at the square box hanging at the door. Ling Yun said, "Xiao Yun, does this Heaven Creation Mansion control the operation of space? The entire Cloud Dragon Mountain range can't teleport. Only inside Heaven Creation Mansion can. It must be the doing of Heaven Creation Mansion. I don't know. In short, this Heaven Creation Mansion has many secrets." Qin Yun shook his head and entered the small stone house. He took out the broken 9 desolate divine saber. The 9 desolate divine saber was broken by the immortal desolate dragon emperor's palm. This can't be blamed on the immortal desolate dragon emperor, because he thought that it was a very powerful saber. He never thought that it could be broken by a palm. Qin Yun used Extinction Spirit to look at the broken area. No runes? Or did I not discover it? Qin Yun carefully observed the entire saber and did not find a single rune. He is puzzled and let Mo come out. When Mo came out, she could easily lift half of the saber and even played with it for a while. After all, this is the first time she has encountered something without weight. The little fairy played with the half of the saber hilt and seemed to be having a good time. "It's very strange. This saber should be very powerful. How can it not have runes?" Qin Yun looked at the broken saber at the tip of the saber. He can confirm that the material of this saber is the same as the material of the box filled with divine universe golden stones. They are all materials of Nether Sun core. Ling Yun'er said, "This saber uses even more materials. It's only because of some special reason that it became very weak." After playing with it for a while, Mo said in a tender and soft voice, "Big brother, this saber doesn't have runes. It originally had runes, but those runes ran away." "Runes ran away? How did they run away?" Qin Yun asked in shock. "Heavenly runes. Heavenly runes can run away by themselves." Mo said, "Moreover, the runes that ran away took away most of the saber's energy. Even the energy of the saber's material itself was taken away." "The energy inside the material can be taken away by runes?" Qin Yun found this somewhat unexpected. "Of course they can. Runes are omnipotent," Mo said with smile. "For example, this saber only has a shell left, It doesn't have soul, bones, flesh, and blood. The soul is the rune of this saber. The soul has taken away the saber's bones, flesh, and blood. An incomplete, nine-desolate divine saber. Where's the other half? Qin Yun said with frown. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.